Coming up on this episode of The Brain Drain Show.
I was getting ready to stab my neck, release, like make an air pipe. The next day, my head was still massive, if not bigger. I must have had an allergic reaction to these prawns.
The first British 540?
Might have been the first that was documented properly. Yeah. And it was amazing to see all these companies from the beginning too. Yeah. So I saw the start of like New Deal, the start of like Flip, the start of Baker, rebirth of Birdhouse. I'd pick up Tom Penny. Avi would stay. And Tom and Avi went shoe shopping to a market once and both came back with like shoes that were 2 sizes too small, but they crammed their feet into them anyway. First trip with San Francisco and Steve Douglas picked us up. And Bucky realises why Tony's laughing. Because he's having it, and then he starts taking on water and nearly drowns. I had got a job at Birdhouse, but I was pro because I was getting paid, but without a board. And then I quit Birdhouse. Tom was there, and Jeff was there, and Roon was there, because Andrew was the only one who had a car. We were all out there quite broke. Jim Greco got kicked off, so they would just sell like a lot of their package. I grabbed my leg, it was just floppy, and they put like something right up in your groin and attach it to your foot, wind you, stretch it out, stretch your leg out. I've really done myself a mischief here. Yeah, I mean, it was like pretty much traumatizing, I would say. Thank you very much, guys. Happy Christmas.
Okay, good morning or good night, whenever you're watching us. If you've not guessed right now, my name is Santa Claus, joined to my left by one of my little elves, Toby Batchelor.
I've never been referred to as quite like that.
Have you not?
No.
Well, you're in denial, mate. Anyway, let's jump straight to the point here. Christmas episode, special episode. We've got a very special guest here.
We hope you all had a lovely Christmas and Santa Claus brought you all that you wish for.
But anyway, without further ado, to my left here is Toby, and then to Toby's left is...
Ali Cairns.
Ali Cairns,
Welcome
special
to the
guest,
show.
Ali Cairns. Round of applause in the audience, please.
Lovely to be here. Thank you very much.
You are most welcome. Yeah.
I almost regret putting this on now because I'm starting to itch.
Just take it off whenever you're ready.
When I put that thing on what's it called? The beard. When I put that on the other day, my skin was like itching. I mean, I'm a very sensitive human, but
you're quite soft all over though, aren't you?
Yeah, that really irritated me. Right, let's get into it. One thing that... How do I put this into a sentence which doesn't make me sound like a complete douchebag? Vert skating, for me, when I was starting skating, was like the black belt of skating. Like, it was the thing that all of us, like our crew, looked up to, and we were like, holy shit, vert skating is the raddest. But then wheels started getting smaller, and vert ramps started disappearing. You know, like Stevenage started getting bits removed. Because that ramp had the metal surface, didn't it? So it slowly started getting taken away. One of my biggest regrets is not getting into vert skating. How did you get into it? Like, what was your first... Because it's kind of, especially back when, you said you started in 88, yeah?
Yeah.
There wasn't... I mean, there was ramps, but there weren't that many vert ramps about, really, was there?
Not really. There was a couple in London, though, and we'd skate Harrow Skate Park. And
of course, yeah.
And a few of the older guys there, they knew about all the London ramps, like Latimer Road or Crouch End or Stevenage.
Yeah.
And then other ones popped up later on. So they would start going to the ramp like after you'd been at the park for a while, skate the park and then go to the vert ramp in the afternoon and that. So I just got to know, just went with them, really. Just skate with them.
So you had like other vert skaters that were like...
Yeah, they're all like, they're much older sort of generation though. So they were still into it from 10 years before,
yeah.
Did you just jump straight into skating vert?
No, not really. No.
Was it not like the priority, the first thing you started off with?
No, just skate around like streets, mini ramps and bits, and then go to the park. And then because the guys at the park were going to the vert ramp, I just go to just skate a bit of everything, really, do whatever.
But when because I mean, obviously you can skate everything, but like vert is what you're known for.
Yeah, like you say though, it just seemed like really like to fly through the air and just it just seemed hard and cool and just
it was like stuntman shit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But like, at what point did you go from being a skateboarder to I'm a vert skater?
Oh, never.
It was just
never
just
really.
got into it.
Yeah, I just sort of focused on skating the ramps a bit more.
Yeah,
and just liked it a bit more, and just went in that direction a bit. But
is it? I mean, my vert skating. I mean, a little bit of radlands and stuff, frontside grinds dropping in, little fake ollies. That was about it. to me, the learning curve was even steeper than street skating. Like, it was hard.
Yeah, it's a slow burner.
Yeah. That's where I went wrong because I have no patience. So I was wanting to be able to do 540s like you.
Straight away.
And I could barely get to the coping. So, but just the idea that, like, there's Sean who skates here all the time. He learnt backside airs on...
Do you follow Sean on Instagram? Sean of the Sad?
You should do.
Goff Sean that skates here.
It's fucking
I
brilliant.
might do.
Brilliant dude. So he learnt backside airs.
He's doing... Kate's described it as he's doing backside airs and frontside airs like he's doing them on vert, but you can do them on any size ramp. He goes up, He goes up straight and down in all black, tight black, long hair beard.
Backside airs and little quarter pipes in that.
But he really...
Yeah, it just does it properly.
Yeah, he's the only person I've ever seen to do that.
Yeah.
It was. I think it must have been the beginning.
Shout out Goff Shaw.
Yeah, rap dude. I think it might have been earlier this year when we were just talking about it, because I've always wanted to learn proper backside airs. I've just never been asked to do it. I could do like ollie into backside grabs on minis, but not the proper backside, banging off the coping nose grab.
Yeah, Sean scoops them up as well. Yeah,
and then Sean was like, "I'm going to learn it," and he did it and got it done. And like, he has trick tips on his Instagram now where you can see how he broke it down to do it.
Yeah.
Just on that note, Richie Briscoe. Have you seen his Instagram account, Skate IQ?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
It's insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
He can just he breaks it all down step by step. And
did you see that one he was teaching, I think, as quite a young girl to do backside airs?
Yeah.
And he taught her how to do it within, a few minutes.
Yeah.
He goes, I see what you're doing wrong there.
Yeah, and he breaks it down. It's so good. It's really interesting. On Sunday, I was looking at it. I was just going into, like, when you get on, swiping, and I saw that, and I just kept watching all of them. And he sort of, it's all kind of quite obvious stuff, but only obvious once you sort of see it. But
did you do one recently where a young girl was trying to learn back 50 grinds?
Yeah,
and he was like, what you're doing is you're going up straight, and he described it as when you're going up right near the peak, you almost power slide into it. Was that one of his videos? Yeah, I've been watching those as well.
Like slide up to the axle stall and down rather than pivot and then in.
Who's the Italian kid that you watch?
Oh, fucking hell.
Real small kid, but he does...
Rides for Birdhouse now, the little Italian vert
but he does things properly.
What's his name?
Leonardo, isn't it?
Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah.
Is that it?
He looks fucking insane.
He's crazy. He's seen, he does
backside
like 10
ollies.
foot backside ollies.
What's all that about? How does he do that?
Because, little people just don't have the power.
But he doesn't seem to have a problem.
He's kind of one of those freaks of, because when you're young, you don't really necessarily have the strength to go high like that.
You see kids pumping when they're young on ramps, they've got their hands on the knees and they're really going for it. But he just kind of like... He just does it.
When he started popping up on Instagram and he was doing it, because he does the alley-oop McTwist, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Proper McTwist.
Proper ones. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
he
talk
just
about
rolls it right up. Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, when you do that, it looks like, you do it like France, there's illusion flips, remember those? His 540s look like that, don't they? Sometimes you think, did he go around 540?
Yeah.
But it's just a perfect
because he's
twist.
alley-ooping it and he's got it all. Yeah.
Looks amazing.
But those backside ollies he was doing, he did the vert alert, didn't he, with a hawk? And those backside ollies, they've got to be 10 foot.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
That's
and because he's little, they look like 15 foot.
Yeah, mental.
Yeah, he's insane.
He's brilliant.
He does the front foot impossible slobs as well, doesn't he? And it's like some of those tricks are like, for his age, it's not the sort of tricks. He must have someone around him. Who Italian vert skaters? Giorgio Sattoni? Yeah. Maybe he's from that neck of the woods or inspired by him. It's almost like he's been skating with someone a lot older.
Yeah.
To make
if he had Giorgio to watch, though, what a perfect person
fucking
to...
hell.
Yeah.
Giorgio's amazing. Shout out, Giorgio.
Yeah, he was always...
Yeah.
he's still killing it.
He was like the second person to do 900, wasn't he?
Yeah. On his ramp. That metal thing.
Sort of alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. A good one as well.
On his own ramp, metal?
Yeah, big. His ramp's big as well.
What, just like him and a mate or something?
Yeah, pretty much something like that. Him and a couple of friends.
That's fucking insane, isn't it?
Because him and his brother were pro for power, weren't they? What was his brother's name?
Yeah, I think Giorgio's still got a board out pro. He's like one of the...
Yeah, he has, yeah. What's his brother's name?
Oh, I know his brother as well. Forgotten it.
Well, can you Google that? Giorgio Sattoni's brother. He was on power.
I should know it.
Really smooth. Almost skates like...
they're both amazing.
Unbelievable. What was the reason for them being so good? Were they grown up in a skate house or like influence nearby? They were incredible.
just naturally talented, I suppose.
Yeah.
They went to America early, didn't they?
Yeah.
I remember going out there and he was there. Came
Yeah.
back here, he was here.
Just everywhere.
Yeah. Putting in the hours.
I seen on Slap Forum the other day, why are people not more impressed by, what's his name? Mitch, what's his name?
Richie Briscoe.
Yeah, because he did a 1280, didn't he?
Yeah, he was like one of the Mega Ramp guys.
and a
Wasn't he?
lot-
I don't really know much about him.
And a lot of people were saying, you got to look at it like this. When Hawk did the 900, it was on a vert ramp, not a mega ramp.
Yeah.
Doing a 900 on a vert ramp is way harder and more impressive than someone that's doing something on a mega ramp. I don't know anything about vert or anything bigger than that. Would you say that's the case?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like if you got more time, more height, and bigger transition, you know, it'd be way easier on some. Not that I would know, but I can only guess that to do it on a regular size ramp is pretty tough.
Yeah, surely you got to spin a lot quicker as well on a
you
regular.
got
you got
less
fit
to
in,
land on.
How I can't even mentally comprehend when you're in the air how you count where you are. Like it's completely out of my zone.
I don't know, but I don't think you count. You don't go, there's one, there's two.
Oh yeah, but you know,
sort of spot the landing, I guess, don't you? And you work out where you are. And
Yeah, I think when you get past up to 900, you can't really spot the landing at all. You can on 540s quite easily,
yeah,
but past that, it's sort of you spin to win.
yeah.
You just like chuck it.
So we spoke about it before we started about the first 540 and your sequence in Rad 92.
Yeah, 92. But that was
Proper photo sequence, obviously, so there's no digital around then. So,
Nah.
and that was your second one you ever landed.
Yeah, it was the second one. First one was up at Goshen,
Yeah,
Manchester, a week or so before.
and the process, because it's kind of hard to put this across to kids or anyone a bit younger than us. Like, there weren't that many skaters around then, was there? And like,
There wasn't many people skating vert too much.
No, so like being almost like Lone Ranger style, learning 540s. Like, what was the process?
Oh, it's because I don't know if you remember London Bridge and the arches and U.S. Street and all that. There was a certain period of time down there where everyone was just going nuts. You know, and they were just really having it. They were just turning up at the park really. So people would just try things that were just not, not really capable of doing. You know, so just like try mad stuff, and everyone was trying stuff like that there. Yeah, so
You just got into it and got the spin. And
just had a good spin with it and carried on with it. And then like one day I just like felt, might be able to make this.
and you
I
did
just
it.
hung on to it and just rolled away.
Had you been trying that over the course of a couple of sessions, or was it just kind of like you said, you kind of turned up and everyone was just like
Oh, what, U.S. Street and that?
the 540, the first one you did?
Oh, there, no, it's just we were just skating. I think Lijah was there. Do you remember Lijah?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, and Dave and Wingy. I think Wingy was there. He might have been back at home.
Yeah.
But anyway, we just went to the park to skate, and then just
So that
had a few goes, and then just did one.
that ramp, the Goshen ramp, that was in a leisure centre, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had a nice mini ramp next to it,
Yeah.
so a really good mini ramp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Andy Scott would have been skating that as well.
Yeah, Andy would be there.
Yeah.
Andy, amazing.
Good skateboarder.
Oh yeah.
Incredible.
Fucking,
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. So do you remember riding out that first 540 and
Yeah, it freaked me out. That did.
yeah, I bet
Yeah,
because
I
that's
was
like
whoa, because I didn't, when you just you go for stuff all the time, and you think, oh, I'm just going to hurt myself, or I might roll away. So just like one or the other, I just didn't hurt myself, just rolled away.
Yeah.
I thought,
nice.
Was
Yeah,
it
that's
a
nice.
case of like you didn't realise you'd done it until you'd rolled away from it?
pretty much, yeah.
Because a lot of people say that, like they don't realise it until they're away from it, and they're like,
I was going up the other side, and I thought I didn't fall off that.
you're like, shit, I've done
People
it.
lose
Yeah.
their shit because it was a big deal in those days.
It's like, yeah.
I mean, it is. We spoke about this earlier, but the first British 540, McTwist.
see, I don't know about that, but
Well, I'm going to say it was.
That's what I heard.
I heard that.
I heard that first British 540.
What's that, Fraser? You reckon Sean Goff did the first one?
I never said that.
Oh, okay.
I don't think anyone did.
No.
Just
So we'll
Toby.
say it's the first one.
might have been the first that was documented
Yeah.
properly. With a photo sequence and the time, where you...
Was it filmed as well? Documented?
No, there was none.
Sequence?
No one was filming anything back then. It was just
Yeah.
a real sequence.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's
So that's it.
Did you see
We'll put this
that?
up on the screen, but that's the sequence.
Did you see that? What female just did the first 5
Yeah.
in the UK? Lily.
Yeah,
Was it Lily?
yeah.
Lily
Amazing.
Strachan, yeah.
She does it properly as well. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That was like my first one, except I sat down on it. But
So this is the first one that.
that's the first girl.
No,
No,
this
your one.
Oh,
was that the second one
second
you
one.
did?
That's
but the
second.
first documented.
That's first documented, but second one.
In my opinion, first documented.
First British 540.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, and if you don't agree with that, fuck off. What board are you on there?
That's a black label board. It's like a
Have you still got it?
yeah.
Nice. You got to keep trophies
I do
like
have
that.
that. I do have that board.
From that
That
exact,
exact one.
that setup.
I
Or
don't
just
have the
board?
setup. I just have the board. Yeah.
Nice. Were you getting black label stuff then?
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
So-
I was just looking at that sponsor's Black Label. Who
So-
do you skate with? Mike Manzoori. I talked to him a fair bit. Mike Manzoori. He's quite a fan
Lovely,
of.
lovely dude, man.
So I'd skate with Mike quite a lot. Like I looked up to Mike so much. For
He seems to be a
everything. He was
fan
my
of the-
source of inspiration all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He skated fast as well, man. That
Brilliant.
guy.
He's amazing on vert too.
Yeah.
Just
He was a
on
proper
everything.
all-rounder, wasn't
Yeah.
he? He
Yeah.
did everything.
The streets, mini ramps, all that, just killed it.
He seems to be a
Killed
fan of like the kind of weirdo skating stuff, which is nice as well. Because he's always like liking or replying to something. So I'm like, fucking hell, I want to skate with Manzoori.
Manzoori. Why do you keep saying Manzoori? What the fuck?
These things piss Toby off.
Mike
it's funny.
Manzoori.
Can we get Mike Manzoori on the podcast?
He lives in California, doesn't he?
He might no. He's been back here a few times
Yeah, he
lately.
pops over.
He's around.
Yeah.
Mike.
Imagine Mike Manzoori.
Fuck off. You're going to have to learn how to say his fucking surname.
If you get in touch though, next time he's over, you might be able to say.
We've got his
pop by.
number.
Yeah, I could send him a message. Though,
Yeah.
and see if
Yeah.
he's-
Yeah, that'd be good. I'd love to get him on. I mean, Mike did Sound and Vision, the video. One
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
do you remember that? You
Yeah.
remember that one? That's going back a bit.
fucking good video.
Avi said, "You'll just have to send my love. I'm at work. Congrats on the new board. I'm rushing around on a stress job.
to Ali.
Albert's love you, mate."
Yeah.
That's what he said.
You
Chris
re-
Atherton, we need to get him on the show. Jesus Christ.
It's brilliant. He would always call me Albert.
Albert.
Yeah. I don't know why.
And it's because it's Avi. He's fucking
Yeah.
mental, isn't he?
Oh, I want to get to know him. I think he's like
This is like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
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 And
time.
right,
isn't it?
fucking
But
let's
he's kept it up. I
Let-
mean,
let's jump
we got
into-
back in touch like I don't know, maybe a year ago. He still calls me Albert.
Amazing. That's so good.
let's jump into some Avi stuff then whilst we're on it because
Yeah, give
Yeah,
us
we're
some
talking
good.
a Goshen though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would do little road trips, and Wingy was kind enough to let us stay at 113 Radcliffe. And it's
Yeah.
branded into my mind that house there. They had Pete McNeil and Wingy, and lots of people came to stay. But he said, come stay, skate the park, and I'd pick up Tom Penny, and we'd go and skate mini. He was come skate the mini ramp, and
So what year is this? Like early 90s.
yeah, this is probably like 90.
So when Penny was just starting.
He wasn't really sponsored by anyone or
Yeah.
anything. Maybe some SS20 stuff and bits and bobs like that.
yeah.
Where
And,
were you living at this time?
In Chipperfield,
Right.
which is not far from where I live now,
Right.
which is in between Watford and Hemel.
Yeah. So you'd go up, pick up Tom from Oxford.
Yeah, so I'd just go Oxford and then carry on up. And Tom would skate the mini ramp mainly, but Avi would stay with Wingy. In fact, he sort of he was just there, like lived there, but it just was that I think he maybe came to stay once and never went.
Yeah.
Or something
Yeah.
like that. But he would come to the park with us, and when we go and skate, it's only on weekends every now and again. But he was just like Tom on the mini ramp, he's just ripping the mini ramp. But he didn't have anything, like nothing. So he'd wear slippers around Wingy's house.
Yeah.
But he didn't have any skate shoes. So he'd just come skate the ramp in his slippers.
Yeah.
And he
Sounds
would,
about right.
he'd rip in his slippers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had holes in the soles, sides. It was just like, Avi, man.
Yeah.
It's funny because he's got massive feet as well.
Yeah,
so it just looks even funnier.
Yeah.
It's like a mystical creature, isn't he?
I think they went shoe shopping. Tom and Avi went shoe shopping to a market once. They both came back with like shoes that were two sizes too small each, both of them. But they crammed their feet into them anyway.
Yeah.
And just skated those.
Yeah.
Amazing.
He's, like you said, like you want to spend more time with him. It was, like I've said before, I spent ages trying to get in contact with him to come skate because I'd watched him from like a young age. And then it wasn't until I moved here started skating again with my mate Will Sayer, and I don't know if you know Will skates like the little zip zingers with the long ginger head, does all the no comply flip variations. Really cool guy, but he's like old mates with Avi, and then on the day that I met the guy that runs Fancy Lad Skateboards in the UK was the same day that I met Avi, and we all met in Manchester. So I was just like fucking blown away.
Yeah, it's things like that. I remember that you never forget somebody who just turns up in their slippers or doesn't take their slippers off.
Yeah,
comes to the ramp and just rips.
Yeah,
in his slippers. I never forget.
This would have been before the long arms and the weird. Oh, I don't know actually. You sent me a VHS tape. Must have been, I'm going to say like 97, 98 or so, and he's skating a board that he snapped in half, but he's duct taped it, so it's a little.
Yeah, that's about right.
And he's doing like 3 shoves on the spines.
Oh, you got to get Avi on.
Yeah, I mean, we did speak about it a bit. I think
he just needs to build up his confidence with it, I think.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Have you got any good Tom Penny stories then from around that time? No, seeing it shine, you know.
No, he was just ballistic on transition on the.
Yeah.
There's stuff that I saw then. Is you know, you couldn't make it up. It was just so consistent, so smooth, and so like fluid, and just. Yeah. You're just watching something that was just so special. Yeah. You just think this is just abnormal. But really quirky. He was really quirky back then. He had still growing, I suppose. So but what you were seeing, if you knew now, you would have filmed everything.
Yeah.
But it just was going on, was going by, and just nobody really filmed too much or took photos or anything. But if you did. They were like gold. I
guess going back to Manzoori, the Sound and Vision, there was a lot of Penny stuff in there, if I remember correctly, and that was probably around the first sort of time that
there might have been
Penny footage.
I'd have to watch that again.
I think it was stuff at St Albans. Can you Google that, please?
Because there's some really good stuff for Channa in there too.
Yeah. Oh, Channa was good. Wasn't
it?
Yeah. He had some good stuff. I always remember going to one of St Albans comps.
Yeah.
And like Channa being in the mags and stuff at the time, and me, little Grom, was like, oh my God, it's Mark Channa. And then just watching him, he sat at the side, got out his packed lunch during the contest, sat down.
And you were like, oh my God, he's a human.
He's a human. Yeah. And he got sandwiches out and he put hula hoops in his sandwiches. And just remember him sat there on his own, just like eating the sandwiches.
Yeah, no, Mark.
I was like, oh, it's Channa.
He's real. He's normal.
Yeah.
Was,
oh, yeah. What's he up to now?
I think he went to
Japan
I could be totally wrong. Yeah, you might be right. I think he went to Japan or China for a bit. And he stayed out there. He might have got married, started a family up there. I don't know if he's back here now, but
be good to get him on if we
ever
had the chance.
Channa was so good.
Yeah,
fakey heel flips downstairs.
Yeah.
He was just like no one did that. Or I mean, it's a bit of an awkward trick, but yeah.
Was going back to Tom when you were skating with him? Was he still just on a mini ramp, just non-stop? Lines because there's some footage where he's just like.
Yeah, when we first met, he was just going round and round and round,
not falling off.
Never falling off.
Rare to see him fall off, especially in footage as well.
And then then sort of a few years passed, and then he was sort of there. Then he was sort of moving on to like skating the streets and stuff like that. But he would still skate vert at like Northampton a bit.
Yeah.
And the mini ramp there. He'd still but then he was on the the street course, and then it's just he's just getting better. You could just watch him just getting better and better and better.
Well, someone uploaded recently. I think it might have been Swift Blazer. Penny skating vert, he's doing like flip fucking back indies and stuff. Flip indie grabs, flip melons.
Yeah, but you see that was just the half. That was nothing compared to what he was doing.
Yeah.
So you're talking about
you might just see a trick or two there.
Yeah.
But if you watched him skating like that
in real life,
going around the like cruising nice airs and just
he just had it, didn't he?
Flowing.
I mean, I guess because the Oxford Wheels ramp.
Because there was a vert bit
that got a vert bit on it, so I guess that's where he kind of picked that up.
Because that was like, if I remember rightly, there's like a lower bit, and there might have been a middle, and then a almost vert bit.
And it's actually in one of the roller snakes videos. I think it's in 540 or something.
He's like padded up. He's not paddless. He's padded up in this footage.
You're talking about the Radland stuff where Horsley shot the photo of the Flip Indie with the Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
Was it the Cheech and Chong board? One of his first pro boards.
Yeah.
And
there was footage from St Albans in Sound and Vision, if that's what you're asking me. And Penny was on it.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sure there's probably some of the most early Penny footage in that. Yeah, we're talking about two different times, but Horsley shot the Flip Indie photo at Radlands, which is iconic.
Yeah.
Because he's really
photo.
tweaking it out as well.
Yeah,
isn't
and Swift Blazer posted those clips.
he? Yeah.
Because
And
he would
does-
almost catch it on his feet before
Yeah,
catching it. He would touch it with his hand. Like, you know, you see Flip Indies and people kick it into their hand.
People
put on
grab
their
it,
feet.
yeah.
He would just
his was under his feet.
catch
it's
it
just
and then put his hand on it.
Yeah.
mental, isn't it? Like, yeah. And
Like that, if everyone could
clip
do
he-
it like that,
Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
yeah. I mean, everything Penny did was incredible. But he did the flip grab fakie, and he kind of shifted it a bit, almost backside shifted
Yeah.
it to drops back in, and yeah, unreal. Can't get enough of Penny. That stuff I think, which is in Sound and Vision, what Manzoori filmed. That was the day where me and my friends. It was one of the earlier Pioneer comps, and we were sat at the top of the quarter pipe. You know, as you walked in the door, there was that big quarter pipe right in front.
Yeah.
of you. We were sat up there, and Penny was doing kickflip fakies out the top of that.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I'd seen anyone do a flip and catch it with their feet. And we were just like you'd never seen that before. Like, it's just like, what are we seeing here, you know? And he was just cruising around, and Manzoori was pegging it around trying to like film it. But anyway, there you go. We could go on about
I always think about that. It makes you wonder though, if he had gone down that route of just like skating vert.
Yeah.
What
He would have been.
What would he?
Fuck it. I mean, he could do 540s, couldn't he?
Oh, I think he did indie ones. I think he did. He might have done frontside runs as well.
Fucking hell.
I saw him try. He was just trying. He probably, and everything he tried, he probably made it.
Yeah.
He just had it, didn't he? There was
Yeah,
just something
he's
there.
just
It's
super
just,
natural.
yeah.
Completely.
Yeah, it's in his blood.
Before we go on to the next subject, shall we pop a Christmas?
As soon as it's Christmas.
It is Christmas.
cracker.
Ho, ho, ho. Ali has very kindly brought in some Christmas crackers. Do you want to pull one with Ali?
Happy Christmas, Forde.
Right.
Oh, you winner.
What did
What
we?
you got there? Is it-
Oh, I got some nail clippers.
Oh,
you
nice.
can
Oh,
have
some
them. though.
tweezers.
Are they tweezers or no?
Oh, they're
tweezers.
Oh, they're tweezers.
Oh, we've
Yeah,
got some
tweezers.
jokes. All right.
You got a
ready
little
for
joke
this?
there. Read out a little joke. We'll do one of those intermittently throughout the show.
All right. Where did you find a Christmas tree in between Christmas 2 and Christmas 4? And that's
No,
That is it.
I can't do the jokes.
That was it. That was a good joke. I enjoyed that. How's about diving into one of those little biscuits?
Yeah.
There? Fancy a little biscuit break?
Sponsor us, Greg's.
And here you are. You're about to watch Ali eat a little biscuit for your Christmas.
Not what I expected either.
They're quite
what
nice,
were you,
aren't they?
What were you expecting?
Well, not so much the soft centre.
Yeah, they're very
quite
they're
squishy, aren't they?
Full of caramel.
Full of caramel.
They are full of caramel.
Should we do a cracker?
Yeah, go on.
Because
Then.
it's the day after my birthday.
Oh yeah,
when
happy
this comes
birthday.
out.
Happy birthday, Toby.
Fucking hell, happy
Oh.
birthday, Toby. My birthday soon.
Happy
in August.
60th.
When's your birthday?
In August.
Oh, for fuck's sake! This story of my life.
Oh,
Go on.
Toby.
Well, oh, that was quite loud, wasn't it?
Happy birthday.
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
Toby. Happy
And
birthday,
happy Christmas.
Jesus. We love you, Jesus.
Really, it's just 2 birthdays, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Toby is.
What's this?
What's
I got-
that? You got an envelope full of cash there.
Oh yeah, cash prize.
Is that it?
What is it? What the fuck is it?
What is it, Toby?
Give me a fucking chance.
Oh my fucking
Oh,
god!
it's some playing cards. Oh, it's a card trick thing, isn't it? I can't read that. Right. Anyway, so you mentioned about getting black label stuff. Was that your first sponsor?
Trying to think. Yeah, I think. Well, it wasn't actually. Yeah, it was, but it wasn't.
It was Flow through Distro or something
Yeah,
like that.
because at Harrow they had
Harrow Skate Centre.
yeah. Well, there was two guys called Ray and Gary,
Yeah.
and they had they started up a thing
New Deal UK.
New Deal. It was just called New Deal Skates.
I
And
love
it was
New
in
Deal.
the marketplace down the road.
Yeah.
But then they moved it to the park, and they gave some of the kids from the park, like who were looking quite promising, boards and bits and bobs, and then that progressed to like giving certain people certain brands.
Yeah.
Like so I ended up getting black label boards, but at first it was just whatever board you fancied off the wall.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So that was sort of first sponsor was those guys.
That that unit at Harrow Skate Park, that's still there, I think. So I've heard. Because they're trying to do up the park and then have the shop back there.
Yeah, it could be.
That's what I've heard, whether or not.
I went there, it might be 2 years ago now, and Mini Ramp was there.
Yeah.
I can't remember if the containers were still there.
Yeah, because it was just shipping containers.
Yeah.
wasn't it?
And then I went back again and burnt the mini ramp down.
Were you getting frequent packages from Black Label? Because very briefly, Dead Dave was getting Black Label. And then one of his, Dead Dave from up in Sheffield, skates for Heroin now, pro for Heroin.
Oh, right.
But he, so he was getting Black Label. And then because Slugger distribute Black Label in the UK. And Lucero sent a bunch of stuff. And Dave's package for that month or whatnot was just a big pack of stickers. And Dave was like, the fuck am I going to do with this? And then,
Sell them to get
a couple of weeks later, he started skating for Heroin. But that's just so funny. Imagine like riding for a board brand and they're like, oh, you got a package on the way. What is it? Pair of slippers for Avi and some stickers for yourself.
Yeah, but I know. I mean, that's better than nothing, I guess, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
That's probably more product than some people are getting.
anything's better than nothing. Yeah. Where did you go to after Black Label then? What's the timeline there?
Oh, well, that was just a shop deal.
Yeah.
But then I went to America.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that. What year
Yeah.
was that first time in the US?
We want all the little gossy details.
I know we could try and work out dates. But
Exact dates.
It was right after the 540 bits, all that. So I was like, and I I passed my driving test when I came back.
Right.
And I did it, one of those crash course things.
Yeah.
When I was 17. So I went there when I was 16. So that would have been, let's work it out. That would have been about,
I'm no good with maths.
no, normally I'm trying to work. It would have been about 91. It was the 92, same sort of thing. So it'd been around then.
So still when Vert skating was quite prominent.
Yeah, but that was when I just went. I don't know if you remember. I went with some of the London guys at first. This was before I really started going. So the first trip, I either went with Simon Batten or Yogi. I think the first
Yogi
trip.
Proctor.
Yeah, the first trip I think I went with Simon, and stayed for like a couple of months, and then he stayed on a bit longer. And the second trip, I think I went with Yogi.
Where was you staying when you got out there for that amount of time?
First trip went to San Francisco, and Steve Douglas picked us up from there.
Oh, rad.
Because he was in with the New Deal. That's when New Deal skates.
Yeah.
New Deal.
So you already had that connection.
So
there.
because of the shop, I said, I really want to go to America, and they go, "Oh, Steve might put you up." So I went out there and skated that San Jose warehouse for a bit, and then we went down south to San Diego and Del Mar and Encinitas and all around there, and then that seemed like the place to be. So
That was when was it YMCA Encinitas?
Yeah, that's
ramp?
where we skated.
That was
YMCA.
like the main ramp, wasn't it, at the time?
So once we got down there, and it was just like a public park, and you just go in.
Yeah.
It was just like game on.
Yeah.
And who were you seeing out there skating with, like US?
There,
pros?
everyone was there. It was just like, but that was when they had that. It was an old Vision ramp. It was blue,
Yeah.
and it sort of bent with a bowl.
Yeah, it had like a hippie bit in it, didn't it?
And then they moved the ramp, and then that was a couple of years later. But when I first went there, it was that. In fact, the first time I went there, it was wood. The second time I went there, I put metal on and painted it blue. The first time it was masonite.
Yeah.
Really slow. And that's when the wheels were tiny. But you see like Alfonso Rules there and Danny Way and all those guys were there. It's like the only, because all the vert ramps had gone.
Yeah.
And I think Del Mar had gone. So the people who wanted to still skate a bit of vert would go there. And it's a bowl too, so.
There was quite a lot of footage from that ramp in, I think it's Transworld 4-wheel drive video.
Yeah.
I think Tony Hawk's got some stuff in there and Jason Ellis.
I think one of my first tricks on a video, an American video, was there. It was like, I think it was the first Transworld video.
Yeah.
It's called Dreams of Children.
Yeah.
And that's the first trick I had on a.
What was the trick?
It's a fakie 5-0, backside, lipside, backside, revert,
One of your specialities.
which became, according to Renton
Fakie
Miller, my
So-
trademark.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what did you refer to it as? The fakie 5-0 to
I
backside, lipside, revert?
just, in my mind, I just said what I thought it was.
Yeah,
that's
quite
kind of
literally
that's
one-
how I would have said it as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure people.
And then
now
Rune
go,
sort of gave it a name, because I would skate with Rune a bit.
Yeah.
What did he call it? Do you remember?
He called it My Slide. And then it changed to like a shuffle.
Right.
Because it just looked like a shuffle. And I think a reference to like the boxer.
Right.
Should have just called it the alley slide or something.
Yeah,
It's a lot easier, isn't it?
It just became
Yeah, do you
like,
want to learn my slide? What slide? My slide.
guess
What slide?
Mine.
It's a good trick though. I'm just going through it in my head, seeing it in the videos. Because you're known for that trick. That's your special move, isn't it?
Because when later on, because I did it on the flat wall in that Dreams of Children, then the when it was blue, the ramp was blue a couple of years later, doing filming with Mike actually.
Right.
Mike Manzoori.
Wheels of Fortune, and just did it round the pocket, did it round the corner.
Yeah.
So it was pinging up. That trick and me was pinging up a bit.
Yeah.
And it was on. In fact, it was on like everything I did. That's probably why.
It's a good trick though, isn't it? I mean,
because it's then like the dope video and then all the other videos and all those early videos.
Did you ever think of doing it instead of reverting out the opposite way? So you kind of like rewinding on yourself.
Front side revert out of it. Instead of like a backside revert, like you do a back D, back revert.
Oh no, that would have been probably quite easy. What fake your 5-0 backside and come out normal?
No, still approaching, doing the grind the same way, but reverting out.
The easy way.
No, I think it would have been stinking.
Yeah.
It works the way Ali does it.
Yeah, fuck it, then ignore that.
If it ain't broken, don't
ignore
I did think about you could go all the way round on it.
Yeah.
So
if you fake it
backside
up,
revert, but 360.
you fake it up into 5-0 and into your backside lip side, and then come off to do your backside revert, but then
another
just
180.
Yeah.
And I saw the same thing. In fact, Alfonso, he was on the Messenger.
I love Alfonso rules.
He's the best. But he was saying because I do a lot of cab things because I got into the cab to Smith and the pop off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was onto that straight away because what you need to do is go all the way around with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, it's hard enough.
He was really good at technical vert skating, like in.
He goes, you got to take that all the way around. He was.
Yeah. In Hate Street Next Generation and all those. Not the new Hate Street video when Alf was coming out. Like
Brilliant.
Some of that stuff was crazy.
Here's another one that's just amazing on everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking.
Like
Alfonso
he's
rules.
really good, Alfonso. He's really good.
Good street skater as well.
What other tricks are you known for? There's one in mind that we were talking about earlier.
Cab 1'50".
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another sort of cab.
Because I've only seen you do it, and I always wondered if you learnt that by accident.
No.
With like the spin and the foot, because.
No, it wasn't by accident at all.
I can imagine that's pretty scary. Getting into 5-0 and just kicking your foot off.
Because around then, like, I think Lincoln U.A. and a few others were doing 1'50" grinds.
Right.
Yeah.
And they looked good. I thought they looked good.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so I just tried a few of them, and they seemed to be really quite easy. And because I was doing a lot of cab things, I thought I'd just cab up into it.
Yeah.
So I just did, and that was that.
Do you remember your first kickflip indie land?
Yeah.
And because when people started doing flip grabs on vert, we were all like, "Holy shit, this looks insane!" I can't even comprehend how stoked I would have been to do like a kickflip indie grab on vert. Like that process of doing that, just to me, is mind-boggling.
Backside or front side, isn't it?
Backside. Fucking crap.
It's a weird one. That was a weird one though, because you seem to try it for ages, like trying to learn it, and you never commit.
Yeah.
And then when you do, you just do it all the time.
Yeah.
So was that like took you a while to learn, but then when
Yeah,
you
it did take a while to learn. And the cab heel flips,
yeah,
they take ages to learn how to flip it. But once you landed that first one, it was just like really easy. When you go to do it, you just go down the ramp, you know.
Yeah.
Rune's
So
got a good one of them.
Why
hasn't
didn't I do that ages ago?
he? Yeah.
Yeah, Rune's got the perfect.
Yeah, he does it. It's
It's just
like
in
textbook, isn't it?
one thing.
One motion.
Yeah.
I had the chance to film Rune in Copenhagen at that Fallenden Park, with the oververt, which he just casually sits on a backsmith on an oververt, which doesn't make any sense to me. But he's really nice, isn't he? Like we're filming a line, and I was trying to. He's at this side of the bowl, coming down kind of the snaky driveway bit, and I'm at the other side. I'm trying to kind of cross paths with him, so he comes into the camera, and I remember just completely fucking it up. And he just nailed this line, and I was like, excuse me, Mr. Gliffberg, I've just fucked up. And he's just like, I'll do it again. And then he did it again, absolutely fucking, absolutely perfect.
He's a true professional.
And he's just like...
He's another one, early Rune days, he's just watching him, he's so naturally talented, just like Tom. It's no wonder, like Jeremy, because Jeremy, was around the park, Jeremy Fox.
Yeah.
Just watching those, just waiting for
Yeah,
those guys to
waiting
explode.
and they fucking did, didn't they? They really
He probably
did.
thought these guys are just going to go off.
Yeah, we've said in previous episodes is it sounds ridiculous, but it's only recently watching that video that it kind of dawned on me that the first flip video, it's just all UK and European guys. There's no one in there.
What video are you referring to?
The Flip Sorry video.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you had Appleyard was on that, was he? Canadian.
Yeah, might have been. Yeah.
Who's in Flip Sorry, Fraser?
Can you look it up?
Appleyard, Bastian.
Was Chalmers on it?
Chalmers was on
Chalmers
that
is
point.
Canadian as well,
Two
isn't
Canadians, but no Americans.
No Americans.
But who was the American AM they had on for a bit? Probably around the time you were out in the US. Can't remember his name now.
What, through the really sorry?
No, before that. You know, like when the flip
Do you
industry
want the list of everyone?
Yeah, go.
We've got Mark Appleyard,
Yeah.
Ali Boulala,
Bilala, yeah, of course.
Alex
but
Chalmers,
he's a European.
Yeah, Alex
Bastian
Chalmers.
Salabanzi, Jeff Rowley, Rune Glifberg, Tom Penny, Arto Sari, and that's it.
Yeah, there wasn't any American guys.
That's what I
was
mean.
But there was an American AM. When
PJ Ladd was on it for a short while.
Yeah.
He's from
I'm
Boston,
talking
Massachusetts.
before that.
there? Was
The
it?
411 flip industry section, there was an American AM.
I don't think there was, you know.
On
the industry section.
Maybe it wasn't on the industry section, but around that time, there was an American street skating kid. And if you said his name, I'd go, yeah, that's him. I can't remember. He didn't amount
I
to
should
anything.
know as well.
He didn't amount to anything other than
I
that.
can't picture it.
Brockman? Something Brockman.
Eric.
Eric Brockman.
There was an Eric Brockman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on Flip, I'm sure. Can you Google that?
That's quite a deep
That's
deep
deep
knowledge.
knowledge.
That is.
yeah, that like.
Well done.
Well, I've been skateboarding all my life. This is all I know. I don't know anything about anything else, but I know a little bit about
Yeah, but that
skating.
might have been a fact that others
you're right.
forget.
Flip
Yeah.
Ham's
Eric Brockman.
1998.
Yeah, it was Eric
Yeah.
and Eric.
Let's talk about your sponsors and like. So you went out to America like early 90s.
Yeah, that was
Black Label Flow thing. What came after that? And
no, that was when I just went out with my friends.
Right,
just
okay,
with our
gotcha.
mates. But then I got a bit of a taste for it then.
Yeah.
But then Radlands was open.
that's
And,
when things started kicking into
Yeah,
gear.
and Jeremy was going to go out there and Flip was going to go off and that. And, so I went with those guys at that time. And that's when I hooked up with, I'd skate quite a bit with Skip Pronia, the Black Label guy.
Yeah.
And then it was the weirdest thing because I'd been on sort of the shop thing and they'd just given me that. But then I was getting like Black Label stuff off of him from Lucero.
Right.
Yeah, which lasted about a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever meet Lucero?
No.
No.
I didn't have to. No, I didn't actually. Well, I did later, but not while I was.
Not while she was skating. For...
So, sorry, where did we get to? So, the Black Label thing, and then you were there with the Flip guys.
Yeah, because we were all staying at the house that Jeremy had set up to. Yeah, and there
Was that Warner Avenue then?
No, that was way later. No,
Right.
this funnily enough, it was in the two street names was Buckingham and England Street. And
amazing.
Jeremy's from Buckingham.
Yeah.
And everyone's from
England.
Yeah, and the corner of
So
Buckingham and England. They'll still be there if you go there, same street.
when
and everyone was in there, and then so I came out with they were all there, and I came out with Andy Scott. Yeah.
so who was it out there at that point? Because didn't Penny come out a bit later or something?
No, Tom was there, and Jeff was there, and Rune was there.
Yeah.
And then Andy came. It's so funny when you look back at it because it all happened so quickly. So Andy probably turned up maybe a week after everyone else or two.
Right.
Yeah, and I remember their first. Did you ever see the first series of Flipboards? Did you ever see them?
I mean, probably. I can't.
The
really
very
remember.
first one, there was Trade Show. I did this mixtape for Jeremy. He wanted all love songs. So I went through my mum's LPs and did tape to tape of all these love songs because he wanted to hack like a lot of the other people in the trade show off, like driving me. So he was playing this tape on a loop, like these love songs, and it had the four boards. And he's just, it was like Slap, Transworld, Big Brother, and what's the other one? Thrasher. Yeah, they were the four boards. And obviously the magazine guys were right onto it straight away, like, you can't do that. And they were playing this love song, and replete love songs, and revolving these four boards around. That's how they really got noticed straight away.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a mad
So it'd be
time,
nice
like,
to see those original flip boards.
Yeah.
I bet they're worth a fortune.
Because
if you got the full
they
series.
seem to have just gotten forgotten about. I think Andy had a Transworld.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who had the Big Brother and who had the Thrasher.
Were these When you say mag boards, were these just...
It was like the logo on the magazine.
Okay.
So it'd be like Thrasher, you know, Transworld, full length,
Yeah.
Big Brother. Yeah.
Interesting. I love
Just
shit.
taking
The
a piss.
slap
I
one
just
was
love
great.
shit like
yeah.
that.
They were all good. They were all good.
I love shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like
I wonder
purposely...
if you, Fraser, can you pull those up? Those early.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
find them now, but they
I
don't
don't
seem
ever
to be
remember
anywhere
seeing
on the
those.
internet at the
They
minute.
probably never really came out.
They
Probably.
probably got cease and desist
Yeah,
straight
they might
away.
have
didn't
done.
I just want to put a break in there and say Ali is the first guest where the guest has actually asked Fraser to look something up. Usually it's me or Toby going,
I'm sorry.
Fraser, no, that was good.
Google this.
Any other guest on after Ali, take note. If you want something searched, you ask producer
I'm
Fraser.
here to be bossed around.
I reckon
That's
that'd
it.
be a really difficult one to.
I'm trying.
he likes being
know what
dominated,
what I'm
Fraser.
particularly looking for.
Fraser likes being dominated. So if
He
you
wants
want
to
to,
take over.
if you want to tell him what he has to do, he'll do it. He's
So-
a good guy.
Let's go back to that time you went out.
I'm sure Andy has his still, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going out to America with those guys at that time. Like, what did you do? Just go skating every day? It was just you were
Yeah.
there to skate. It was on. Like,
Just went skating.
yeah,
So it's just like, you know, probably skating spots that you shouldn't.
yeah,
See all those early things, you know, we'd skate like the police station because we just treated it like we were here.
Yeah.
You know, you just
Yeah.
like see something good, you skate, but you shouldn't have been skating anywhere. But we'd be in like the high school where, you know, you get tickets kicked in. But we just like, and probably it was the best approach because nobody else was, and they probably leave them alone then. These guys
Yeah.
are nutters. They should be right there.
Was there ever any talk of you getting on Flip?
No, I don't. No, not my mind. I don't think. But it was, I mean, I guess. I mean, I must have shown some sort of potential. I was just like, you know, part of the crew.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think that was ever the plan.
So
But,
when did being, you know, getting direct sponsors and that sort of thing?
that came just almost straight away after getting there? But you know, but I don't know how it could have changed things. But anyway, just it was all to do with, I was with the Flip guys a lot, and we went to this Lollapalooza things, big demo, and ramp right in a sea of people.
Yeah.
And I got friendly with like a lot of the guys from Huntington Beach, and they were filming just everyone. They actually filming stuff.
Yeah.
And it's got Chris Robinson that got friendly with old Vert.
So you started filming.
He just
actually
he was
filming
just,
more
he
when
was,
you're out the
he was
country.
just filming the festival.
Yeah.
You know, and he just filmed me do a couple of runs, and then that's how the Black Label thing came about, because Lucero had seen that. But then the Birdhouse guys had seen it as well, and so I'd already done one thing, but only half. And then the offer came in there, and I just went straight for a Birdhouse.
Yeah.
And then that was that.
But you're stoked on that.
Yeah, and then it was just Birdhouse all the way for years and years and years.
Did you used to get mad proddy?
Yeah, because the
Big
fact
packages.
Mad proddy.
the factory was just there, so you just
go in and get
take
what you want.
whatever you want.
Did you ever do like proper fill up a car boot?
Yeah, well, yeah.
You can
Quite
say
Go
okay.
into it.
Yeah, quite often. No, because there's stories behind that, you know, because
Yeah.
we were all out there quite broke,
Yeah.
you know.
I was about to ask, when you go
How-
out there for so long, because obviously it might be different now, but when I go to the States, it's like you can only go on a visa that doesn't permit you to actually earn money
Yeah.
whilst you're there. So it's like, did you save up whilst you were there, or did you do anything to get
No.
cash in hand? Or
Didn't Jeff like arrive with 100 quid or something? That was it. That's all he had, or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
yeah,
Remember
I've heard
saying
that.
that.
Some not a lot.
But Jim Greco got kicked off but he was only surviving. No, he put the record straight on this one, because there was no money. So we would go to Blitz. I think it's called Blitz then.
Yeah, it was Blitz. So,
Yeah.
And,
so who was under Blitz? It was Baker.
Blitz
Yeah,
distribution.
Flip and hookups and
That's right,
Birdhouse,
yeah.
hookups, and then so they would get monster packages of stuff, but I wouldn't take too much because I wasn't riding the boards anyway. You know, we were talking about the little skinny
Right.
ones.
Yeah,
So they had already made me a bit wider one by then, so I would just get a few boards and actually skate them. But they would get like 20 each month. But there's a shop down the road called Play It Again Sports
and they take them.
that would buy anything used, new, old.
Yeah.
But they would just sell like a lot of their package to get some actual money.
Which a lot of people still do this
Yeah.
to this day. I've been on sessions with people, not going to say who, but when they've had packages and they picked them up from the shop, and instead of going home and dropping them off, they're skating around with a box of boards, and they're like, "Do you want to buy some wheels for 30 quid?" To like a kid skating. Like, I think it's probably more normal now. Well,
I think back in the 90s when, I mean, like, you hear stories about all the World guys just clearing out World and just selling it all to...
Because this was just a guarantee too. So because Andrew was the only one who had a car, so we'd pile in his car, but they go straight to the factory to the shop, sell it, you know.
What was the going rate for, like, what were they buying the boards at?
Oh, I can't remember because I didn't sell that much.
Yeah.
But then Pear got us all back in because they knew what each and every one of us had.
Yeah.
So, but Pear went down there one day and he could just see everything.
Yeah.
He'd be like, Jim, that's all Jim's. That's all like Andrew's. That's all Brian's. You know?
Yeah.
So there's never much Andrew stuff. He'd never really sold anything because he's getting paid already.
Yeah.
So there would have been some Brian stuff, but mostly Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jim took the piss a bit with it, eh?
Yeah. So they got him in and kicked him off. Yeah.
How are you surviving out there? Because you said you went out for a couple of months, right? But you didn't really sell anything. Did you just work and save, or?
No, I got a job. I got a job at Birdhouse in the end.
Nice.
Oh, so was that on the sly then?
What, the play it against sports?
Oh no, I'm guessing. No, never mind. I was going to say the job at Birdhouse because I just had that thing in my mind.
No, that came a bit later because I got a visa so I could stay for 6 months at a time.
Yeah.
So
and that permits you to earn money over there as well.
No, I don't know how they did it, but I just got a job. They gave me a job in the warehouse.
Yeah.
And just don't know how they work it out.
Because it seems to be now, when I've looked into it, it's like you have to work somewhere where the states deem you valuable to the country. Otherwise, it'd be like, why can't we just get this guy in and he lives here? You know what I mean? So that's...
But right after that play against sports thing and Jim getting the boot, they paid us all. So we all got paid.
How much are you getting paid?
$150 a month. Just to survive on, just to eat. But we spent it all on weed.
Yeah.
So is that when Piss Drunks was kind of forming around that time?
No, that was sort of before. Yeah,
Before
because there was the house up by the. So it probably might not make much sense, but the house up by the supermarket. So that was just after the Flip house, and then just before the house that you might know about, where everyone was at, which is more of a party place.
Was that the Warner Ave?
No, that came after that.
That came after that?
Yeah.
So on and off, how many years were you
Because
at?
the one in between, the team manager moved in with us to monitor.
Who was the TM?
Jay Strickland.
That's it.
Yeah.
Who-
So he had a room there, so we were stuffed.
He was like keeping an
He's
eye.
really cool though. Jay's
Yeah.
super cool. You know, he probably smoked more weed than all of us put together.
Yeah.
But he knew what was what. He knew the deal. But he had got us all paid anyway, so we were okay by
good.
then. So everything.
How much weed was getting smoked on a regular day?
Oh, loads.
Like, what are we talking? Ounces and ounces of weed, or
Don't know. You know, just as much. Just keep.
just weed? It was just
Yeah.
weed.
It just
everywhere.
goes, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just wait. Once it was run out, get more.
Yeah.
Run out, get more.
Was it always just weed, or did it go on to anything?
No, it stayed with
Always-
weed.
Oh,
yeah.
good, yeah. Because I know
Did.
a couple of them went on to, especially around that Warner Ave time, they went on to a little bit heavier things.
Yeah, well,
Especially
I only,
the Piss Drunks
yeah,
guys.
I dipped just as Piss Drunks was really kicking off. That was sort of Warner Ave. I sort of swerved that nicely because then I went down and stayed with Bucky.
Right.
Yeah, everything was cleaned. It was just, you know.
So was your...
Fucking Can we just talk about Bucky for a sec?
I was just going to ask if you're around the Piss Drunks or the Warner Ave
Yeah, I
kind of
was for a bit.
situation and if there's anything that rememberable that stood out or something.
Well, I just remember it just being like the parties were heavy and that.
Yeah.
And there wasn't much skating for me there anyway because everyone was just really like hitting the streets and just stuff.
Yeah.
So no one was even skating any like mini ramps or anything.
Yeah.
So I just went down south.
Yeah.
So,
So Bucky, he's like a fine wine. Just gets better and better.
I think he's better now than he was
It's
when he was
insane,
younger.
isn't it? Like he's unbelievable. Tell us a story about Bucky nearly drowning.
Yeah, hopefully he won't. Yeah, as long as he was telling me, I know he was telling me the truth. But it was, I don't know if you'll find it funny or not though.
He will. But if it's something that's not supposed to.
Well, we were on
supposed to be
these
funny,
tours. We go on like Birdhouse tours, and I got because I lived with Bucky. I was quite, we had good mates.
Yeah.
But he went swimming in the sea with Tony, and Tony's just like laughing hysterically. You know when somebody laughs and you laugh because they're laughing,
Yeah.
and then the more they laugh, the more you laugh. And if you're swimming, that can be a bit iffy, can't it? You know. And then, you know, all of a sudden a turd floats up to the top of the surface, and Bucky realises why Tony's laughing, because he's having a shit. And then he starts taking on water and nearly drowns.
Oh,
Wait,
because
who had the shit?
Tony
Tony Hawk.
Sir
Yeah.
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk
shit.
had a water duke,
In the sea.
and
And
Bucky
that's why
nearly
he-
swallowed it.
No, well, it just floated up right between them. And he's...
Sir Tony Hawk, what the hell?
And he said that's the closest he's been to drowning.
Fucking
I've got the tagline
Out
for
of
this
laughter,
episode then.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk's wild shits and more.
almost caused a drowning.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Imagine if he actually drowned from that, and it's like, you'd have like,
He said he
have,
was
like-
close to... He took a breath of, like, you know, salt water on.
you'd have PTSD every time you take a shit if your mate drowned.
I wasn't there for it, but, you know, that's what he said when he came back.
Fucking hell, that's one way.
You were
to
taking
go.
a shit in the toilet.
I was just down
You were
hotel
taking-
or wherever. I was.
See,
Um,
everyone takes a shit in the water at some point in their life.
I want to talk more about Bucky because I've always been a big fan of him.
He's the
But like
best.
getting him to skate, in like seeing it happen.
When we first met, he had an operation on both knees at the same time. That's right at the beginning of, he had got his knees done and then came out to start filming for The End.
Yeah,
So he was still getting better. So there are a lot of the first tricks you see of him in that video.
yeah.
He's got 2 knee braces on, and as much as the stuff is just amazing, he's just still getting better.
Still,
just,
yeah.
Yeah, and some of the stuff you see him doing now is just it's bonkers, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
it basically just switch everything. He can do
Yeah.
it all. It's just yeah, rad dude.
It is sort
Always
of-
been a big fan of Bucky.
Yeah,
And a nice dude as well. You say.
it's really nice.
See, that makes it
Really,
even better.
I got so much love and respect for him, because I mean, as a human being, you know, you could take away
Yeah.
the skateboarding, but he's such a nice person, like a
Yeah.
normal one at that.
Yeah,
You know, like even if you didn't know him through that for another reason, you just think, oh, what a pleasant person to be around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
And he's got such a strong morals and great families, a long-lasting marriage, lots
Yeah.
of children. He's just like, he's a rarity.
how long did you stay with him for then?
A little while, yeah. Yeah,
Never get the offer from Tony Hawk to go and stay.
yeah. I stayed. Andy and I stayed at Tony's
Yeah.
for a little bit, and
What's Tony Hawk like? Go on. Give
he's
us,
same.
oh fuck's sake! I want some dirt.
He's just
mate.
really nice and normal.
Yeah.
He is another one that he could be anything he wanted to be, couldn't he? He could
Yeah.
be quite arrogant or massive ego, or
Oh,
not.
100%.
But he's not at all. He's the most humble, like sort of
Yeah.
normal person, and he needn't be really,
No.
but he just is, and that just makes me sort of respect him even more.
Yeah, people like that. It goes a long way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
And even when he's at the top of his game, he never got big-headed with it.
Yeah.
he's
He's
basically.
brilliant.
Do you think that's because of how we grew up in skating, though, and people looked down on him for so long that it
Well,
just
he's ex-
humbled him from a young age?
he experienced it from when there was fuck all, basically. you
Yeah,
know,
and he
right up.
Yeah,
To
and I think he
now,
he
but-
had everything once before and lost everything.
It. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I sort of met him when he had nothing, after having everything,
Where-
and then he had everything again.
When you stayed at his, was it the house with the bowls in the backyard?
No. I went and skated there once, twice.
What era did you stay with him? Was it
That
like
was
long
when I-
hair ponytail Hawk era, or was it?
No. When we stayed, it was
around the time X Games was starting, wasn't it?
he was doing he was editing videos for Swank, like Tom Yetto.
Yeah, because he took on a job.
Yeah,
didn't
because
when
he had no
skated?
money. He couldn't
Yeah.
even pay bills, like his, stuff at his house, like the electric or water or whatever.
Yeah.
So he was just doing editing jobs. But when it was one of those first early trips that I went to America. I went to the house out in Fallbrook, where you got the spine ramp outside.
Yeah, it looked
And
amazing.
that big vert ramp with a bowl.
Yeah.
And then we stayed, probably it must have only been about a year after that, and he was living in one of the house. He had to move back into a house that he had bought before, but he'd rented it out. We had to kick out the people he was renting it to because he had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Sold that house, moved in there, editing videos. That's when we sort of met, and he's just like really nice.
So you skated the ramp that he used to have at his house? I mean, in the PAL videos.
Yeah, it's the same one you see with all the pink lights and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that ramp looks
But when I
insane.
went, it was kind of falling to bits a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of masonite and it's getting old and corners, which is really slow by then.
Yeah.
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 But it's
yeah.
still, you know, it's one of those things you turn up there and you like, you're waiting to see it, you know, you're looking
Yeah.
and then you finally see it and you're like, oh my God.
I saw a video actually on YouTube where he goes back recently and speaks to the owners now.
Yeah.
It's like, and they were aware of him and what it was, you know, that it used to be there and stuff. So that's quite interesting, isn't it?
You want any sugar for that?
No,
No?
thanks.
Okay.
No, thanks.
Can we have a quick little wee break?
Let's do another one of these first.
Go on then. Do it with Ali. Go on.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Keep us in a job till at least next Christmas.
Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Well, how come you guys always get the big proper bangers?
Ali goes for like a full manhand on it. I'm going
only
for a
'cause you won
dainty little
last night.
finger, and you're like, what did you win in that one?
Oh, sharpener.
Oh,
Pencil sharpener.
you actually needed one of those. You told me.
There we go, Toby.
Did I?
Neo-K.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, they're right in a minute.
If anyone's got any home remedies for podcasters' need, please send them into 07383 375 159. That is the Brain Drain show number.
Can't believe you remembered that.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we are back for another Christmas cracker. What? Go on.
Yes.
Right, you didn't win, so I don't know why you're saying yes. What? Oh,
What have you got?
Tape measure.
Ooh.
Toby, you've always wanted one of these. You know what for?
Listen, I've always got a tape measure within arm's distance at all times.
I don't think the tape measure's big enough.
No, I don't think it's got small enough bits on it. Oh, it's just... I can't read that.
Just under 1 centimetre. Anyway,
Read the joke. Read the joke.
Oh, the joke's terrible.
the joke was... It was a penis joke. I made it up. Anyway, we're back. We're here with Ali Cairns.
What the fuck is that? Right, let's get back into riding for Birdhouse.
Tell us everything you want to know.
Tell us everything.
Everything we need to know. Firstly,
How was it? What were the tours like? What was it like?
how much were you being paid?
You said $150.
Yeah.
Did you ever get you did demos and things like that where you get more cash?
Yeah.
Incentives?
And tours and stuff. Everything was paid for, though.
Did you get
Yeah.
a photo incentive? Did you get
Yeah,
that?
it's photo incentive.
Good.
Almost forgot about that. You had to really ask for that, though.
What was the incentive? Do you
Money.
remember how much? Did you
Yeah.
just say money?
Yeah.
That's what photo incentive is.
Yeah,
isn't
but how much? Like
I was like, I think it was
$75?
like, 75. It depends on the size of the picture.
it?
Like,
Did you have cover of any American mags?
no, but I had like a double page in Transworld once.
Yeah.
And they coughed up for that.
Did you
Good.
have to have the logos visible?
Yeah, like, there's
That
a
was-
full hawk board in it.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
Yeah.
that was
Nice.
a good little
You
bit.
still got that double page?
I still got it at home.
Yeah.
I think it might have been, I don't know if it was actually. No, it wasn't in a penny cover issue. But anyway,
Tell
I
us
still
some,
got it.
What, the penny Transworld front blunt?
Yeah, no, I think I was saying, I've got something in
I
it
had
like
that copy of a mag. Someone gave me 45
Yeah.
quid for it last year,
Was
Yeah.
that the front blunt at the beach on the outledge?
but didn't land it.
Did you land it?
No, apparently not. No, I had that. I think I got like a Gullwing ad in it.
Gullwing?
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Yeah, and I know. And I think I might have a checkout.
Nice.
Okay.
So were you getting money from any other sponsors at the time? Because you were on Airwalk. for a bit, weren't you?
Airwalk paid.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How much
Airwalk.
they get paid?
Oh,
How much you pay?
I think that was 150 or 250.
So I
think
guess-
it went up
Yeah.
in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Airwalk was good to me. They were.
Who was on Airwalk when the time you was? 'Cause all
Tony, Bucky, and then it was like Andy Mack, Jeff,
Brian
Roon,
Howard.
Howard.
Yeah.
It was
So
cool.
what year would that have
Was it
been?
Brian Howard? It was Brian Howard.
Yeah, Howard. Yeah.
What year would that have been? Because I only know Airwalk for like Jason Lee, for example. Like I know that they had a tremendous team after.
Yeah, like
Sort of mid-90s.
yeah, everyone was on it once. Like Danny Way, all those.
Yeah.
Everyone was on Airwalk
Yeah, Airwalk.
because
was
they had a
the
really
shoe
good shoe at the time.
Yeah.
I think Airwalk won. I think it was called a 1 or something. Anyway,
Was it a high top? The Airwalk.
yeah, it's
one?
like a chucker. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Can I just tell you a Brian Howard story? Random one. When I went to, would have been 1996, to Lausanne for the Grand Prix of skateboarding. You know,
Yeah.
it was like Munster and then Switzerland, when and they did a high air comp on the Vert Ramp there, and it was probably only a 10-foot high Vert Ramp. But Brian Howard was just doing frontside airs like fluid. It was just like woo, super high, and then coming back again, backside air, and just every time going a little bit higher. Just like the way he did those frontside airs, just me and my brother and our mates were just like seeing it like
it's really
firsthand.
smooth, Howard. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Talking of tricks, though, and trademark tricks, you remember slide? That's probably why it wasn't called a slide. But Brian Howard had a Howard slide.
Yeah, what was that?
It was just a frontside lip slide, but you just hang the truck up. You just slide along on a hang up.
Yeah.
Frontside lip slide, just hang the truck up and
I
slide
haven't
like
seen
that.
that. I
So
don't
you're
think I've ever
hanging
seen
into the ramp
Yeah, like
solely
that,
by your back
hanging in-
truck.
Yeah, you see, you're just like grinding on where you're like the rubbers and your kink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just sliding along with.
Yeah, I know that one.
It's
I
what they
don't know
called-
where it is. Where
They called that a Howard slide.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, interesting.
What other names named after them? Barley grind,
Yeah.
Losi grind,
dressing?
Suski
Yeah,
grind,
yeah, the salad,
salad grind,
Salad grind.
lean air.
lean.
Come on, what else is there? Let's get it going. Skate knowledge.
Hey, the only thing,
Yeah,
twist.
McTwist.
the only thing that I found interesting, it's not a skate name, but I told you about it. So,
Todd Twist.
can
is that
you
one?
can you envision?
Yeah.
Can you envision the Alien Workshop logo?
Yeah.
If you look at the Alien Workshop logo backwards, it's Neil B for Neil Blender, because Neil Blender Alien Workshop.
Yeah.
If you want
I
me
didn't
to,
know that. I didn't know that.
What's that got to do with?
I didn't say any. I said it wasn't to do with tricks, but just skate general skate knowledge.
Smith grinds.
You keep talking, I'm
After
gonna find it.
Mike
Yeah,
Smith.
Yeah. Smith.
Who else? There's loads of them.
There's
really.
loads if you start digging in there.
Oh, let's get people to comment on this episode. Tricks named after pros. There's got to be so many that you just don't even think about.
Yeah, I bet there are. It was a little while before I realised that dressing's salad
Yeah.
was because it was a salad dressing.
Yeah.
Dressing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that too much later on.
So I know, like I said,
Twist,
I know this isn't anything to do with tricks, but it's just general skate nerd for anyone that else doesn't. That
Madonna's
doesn't know.
after Madonna, but not
Yeah, I don't know. I should have asked how that came about.
the Madonna.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Sean Penn. It was the opposite one. Backside.
Yeah,
version.
yeah, you know that. I can't believe
So
you know
anyway, Neil Blender,
Yeah. Go on.
Alien Workshop.
Yeah. Well
Right.
done.
So Neil and the A has a double little kick in it. You turn it on the side for the B. So it's the Alien Workshop logo is the owner's name.
Do 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 do.
Neil B. Neil Blender.
Yeah.
Because I was looking, I
Yeah,
was
it's
like,
good facts.
why does the
Good.
why does the A have two little? Do you know what they're called? The inner triangles. You know what they're called?
In the triangle.
I don't know what they're called, but yeah, Neil Blender. There you go. There's a bit of skate nerdery for you.
Nerd. Were you getting any money from competitions, contests, and stuff back then?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're in the X Games, right?
Oh, yes, all that sort of stuff was a bit later on.
Did you do any of that?
No, but there was weird ones, wasn't there? They're like the Asian ones, and they like, and they called their competitions X.
Right. I didn't know that.
Thing. But some of those tours and things all mangled up with like maybe a comp. You would pick up money here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was talking about. Yeah, that's another one. There was a birdhouse. There's another birdhouse thing.
Yeah.
It's got you know Horsley, right?
Horsey.
Yeah, and I'm at Peking and those guys.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. Yeah, well,
Oh, Horsley or Horsey? Andrew Horsley. Yeah.
Not Horsey from Death. What?
Yeah.
What?
Horsley.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, folks.
Anyway, I only found out not so long ago about monkey hangers. You know monkey
Yeah, that's
hangers?
Horsley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
all
but
it
you
was.
know what a monkey hanger is?
No.
Is it the story from in Hartlepool?
Yeah.
When they hung the monkey?
Yeah, because they thought it was a French spy or something.
Oh, I know that story,
But
but I
we-
didn't realise that was linked to
But
the...
we also
Yeah.
got told by our mate Andy Pike that there's also the rumour that the kids on board the ship that were shoveling the fucking coal would be covered in loads of. They were called boat monkeys
Yeah,
because
so
they
they're
were
just covered in
so
dirt.
there's a
Yeah.
theory that they just hung a kid.
Yeah. But then they're known as monkey hangers, aren't they?
Fraser's been Googling
So I
this.
think that
It's
we'll
That's
hilarious.
insane.
We'll phone up Andy in a minute, ask, but I'm pretty sure that's why he called them monkey hangers.
Yeah,
It says
he
on
technically is a
Wikipedia.
monkey hanger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Andy's a monkey hanger.
yeah.
Yeah.
It says on Wikipedia that during the Napoleonic Wars, a French chasse maree was wrecked in a storm off the coast of Hartlepool. The only survivor from the ship was a monkey, allegedly dressed in French army uniform to provide amusement for the crew. has said they held an impromptu trial, but because the monkey was unable to answer questions, they concluded it must be a French spy.
That's it.
And the animal was duly sentenced to death and hanged on the beach.
You know.
But,
there we are.
there's just a theory that because the kids would have been covered in the black from the soot of from the coal, that there's also the theory that they just hung a kid.
But anyway,
Yeah, there we go. The brain drain shot.
yeah. So there's a distributor in South Africa called Boogaloos at the time.
Yeah.
They distributed Birdhouse stuff, and I think they might have wanted. I don't know though. They might not have wanted Tony or Bucky or whatever, but Tony wouldn't. They wanted somebody down there for a demo at a trade show, and because they distributed the stuff, they wanted one of the team guys down there. But anyway, I think Zitzer was on the team. Bucky might not have been on. Zitzer was ill. Tony wasn't going to go. So they said they'd send me. So I went down there, but I was, a bit, I wouldn't say shy, but just like, on my own.
Keep yourself to
South
yourself.
Africa, thousands of people, blah, blah, blah. So I mentioned it to Andy, and he said, yeah, maybe, I'll come along and do something for the mag, or, and then I thought, well, I'll speak to Pete as well, Pete King. So then we had a little crew and we'd go out there and have fun.
Feel a little bit more at ease.
But as
don't
you know, you never go on a skate trip and like nothing happens, So it's like at the time it's like the murder capital of the world.
Okay.
Yeah, Johannesburg, that's where it was.
Joburg.
So it's weird because they weren't stopping at the lights, they're going through red lights and stuff. And they told us to stay in the hotel, and we were there a few days before.
I've been told it's really sketchy because my partner's mum's South African,
Yeah.
and they want to go around South Africa, and she wants to. Either her or my partner's dad wants to go through Johannesburg, and they're just like,
Yeah.
if we can stop at a light and something bad can happen.
Yeah, you get
You get a gun through your window.
They take all your stuff or kill you. Whatever.
Yeah.
But so we went against the grain anyway. We just wanted, because only across the road there was some like restaurants and stuff. So we thought we'd go leave the hotel and eat. So we went out one night and just had some food and that. I bought these tiger prawns, these big prawns.
And this is in Johannesburg.
Yeah. And just ate them, nice and that. And then one of the guys that was taking us around, a guy called Dallas, funnily enough, took us out to some sort of sketchy club. Kept leaving the club and that, we were in the back of his car, and I said to Andy, like, does my face look all right? He goes, ooh. I go,
Allergic
no,
reaction.
I said, it doesn't feel right. I was telling him it doesn't feel right. And it's just getting bigger and bigger, and all my features started curling in, and it's getting big. Got back to the hotel, my whole head had swollen right up like that. I looked in the mirror, I just didn't see myself. It's like somebody else, and he was thinking, like, if it goes any further down my neck, he was getting ready to stab my neck.
Yeah.
To release, like
Pressure.
make an air pipe. And it just went, I must have had an allergic reaction to these prawns, probably because of the spine was still in there. But anyway, the next day my head was still massive, if not bigger. But we
I don't want to laugh at it, but
everyone stayed up all night, like Pete and Andy, and I kept going to the bathroom, drinking more and more water, hoping it would go down. Demo was the next day, and I was one who's supposed to be there.
The demo?
Yeah, and couldn't do the demo.
Your helmet wasn't going to fit, was it?
Yeah, and still looking at myself in the mirror. It just wasn't me at all. So I didn't get to do the demo anyway, but my head blew up like this big, and I didn't even recognise myself, and it finally went down like the next day, and I skated the ramp the day after that. But then we got to skate all these spots. But that's probably the worst thing I've ever had happen to me, that allergic reaction like that.
Have you had any prawns since?
No, since then. But there's nothing wrong with prawns.
Yeah.
I think they're badly served, and they're probably like the shit pipe was still in them. I
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
an allergic reaction. My head just blew up massive. But Andy was like, I'm not taking a photo of you. And I wish he had.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I knew what I looked like. You know, you look at yourself in the mirror, it's not you,
Now
it's somebody else.
It would have been such a good photo to see now.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about going to Johannesburg, don't worry about gun crime.
Prawns.
Watch out for the fucking
Yeah.
prawns.
But that was weird to see him drive through red lights. You think,
Yeah, because they don't
whoa.
want to stop.
Yeah. So what are you doing that for? Yeah, but he said, can't stop. Can't stop. Too dangerous.
That's insane, isn't it? That you
Yeah.
can just stop in a split second. Someone just like,
Yeah, because they're just like down there and like behind a bush or whatever, just come running out, stick the gun through, and people get shot. You know, they take just your camera or whatever.
It says violent crimes such as assault and armed robbery is like 88.7% or something like that. Whatever that means.
It might be a bit more mellow now.
This is a crime index. And London is rated 54.2 on the crime index, and Johannesburg is rated 80.88.
But you see, I don't think that went down very well with Birdhouse, though, you see. Because they
Well,
got
they had
me
a
down
reaction.
there, and then I didn't skate.
Yeah, but it's not your fault. You
No, I
had
know.
a reaction. Surely,
Yeah.
like they
Yeah.
must have understood that. How many people was there behind the scenes with Birdhouse? Then obviously it's Tony's company, but
Jeremy Klein
yeah,
and Per were big. Tony doesn't really have much to do with it.
Right.
He's just like owns it, and he's skate.
yeah.
But they would, do the business side of it. So it's like Jeremy and Per, Jeremy Klein, that is, and Per
Belinda, yeah.
were at the factory like all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were running the show.
I mean, I'm assuming around the Blitz time, Birdhouse was selling a lot of boards.
Yeah, because when I first started riding for the warehouse was tiny,
Yeah.
and then within 2 years or a year, it was like here,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big.
massive.
Just Birdhouse.
No hookups.
Oh,
See,
so Blitz.
yeah,
All of them.
Well,
Yeah.
it was like Birdhouse and hookups, and then Flip came. And Flip came in, but Flip was only a little bit of the corner of the warehouse,
Yeah.
and then Flip seemed to take over. It was more than bigger
Yeah.
than Birdhouse and bigger than hookups. So
Yeah.
I'd love
together,
to know, like, I don't know if you knew anything about it, but how much the Flip guys were making from board royalties, money and stuff like that around that time. Because Flip was big.
yeah,
It was everywhere.
all I know was within like a year or two, that house was just gone.
Yeah.
And then Jeff had a house, Rune had a place, Tom was off.
Yeah.
So they must have been doing all right.
Yeah.
So it didn't take long for them to just be on their own feet
Yeah.
Yeah.
elsewhere.
So,
So I'd say probably really quite well.
yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Because it went right quick. Because I did a couple of flip tours as well across the States. And they spread the word quite quickly.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, they
and
just got
411
out, didn't they?
were good. And I think they're on good terms with a couple of the guys from Transworld, like Dave Swift and that. So they got into the mag.
because he shot
Yeah,
Jeff
so
doing-
straight away they were in Transworld, and 411 was because 411 was just not far from Huntington Beach, it's just there.
Yeah.
So Ortiz you got pretty good friends with Ortiz and Hayes. So so started getting in 411.
Brad Hayes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wasn't Danny Minnick was filming a lot of stuff then
Yeah.
as well, wasn't he?
Brad Hayes, another legend.
Yeah. Yeah. Rad dude.
Yeah.
Got any good Brad Hayes stories?
I got good bags of weed off Hayes.
Because it wasn't he was the guy who sold weed to everyone, wasn't he? That was his thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, Hayes, brilliant, because
Is Hayes his real name, or is that some kind of
No, that's his
play
name.
on words with weed?
No, that's his name, Brad Hayes. Yeah, but you first bump into Hayes. He's like, he likes to smoke, so you didn't really have to like find somebody who sold it anymore because Brad knew everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
So he became part of the house quite quickly, and then Dustin came along, and more, and Bilala, and everyone was there. So yeah, and that's when it was the house in between the other two houses. They called that like the barrio. When the team manager was in there, then everyone started coming over there and staying there. That's when you got like a lounge full of people like all over the floor. And
Oh, what a good era then.
so I had a room with Jim. I had a room with Jim Greco, and Brian and Andrew had the room with the team manager, and then the living room was just anyone.
How did you manage to swing getting a room?
Because I was just like one of the original.
Right.
Yeah, because when we first started off, first apartment,
Yeah.
I shared with Andrew, and Brian and Jim had their
Yeah.
room.
What
But the first house, there was everyone there because there was like Chad Barty and then Mehmet Aydin from Germany and a few other amateurs that from around the world. They brought everyone in together.
Yeah.
So the front room had a few people, but I'd known Andrew from before because I was on Birdhouse earlier, like a year or two before.
Yeah.
I was on Birdhouse for quite a long time, so I knew Andrew for quite a bit before he moved out.
What was it like sharing a room with Greco?
He's like, first thing Andrew said to me is like, I hadn't met Jim, and he goes, Jim's coming out, just, he goes, it's a little bit different, He's a lovely guy, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
But at first you might think, it's a bit strange, but he's just Jim. Jim's Jim. Yeah, he's cool.
Was you out there when Louis Slater started going out there?
Yeah, that was a little bit of that.
Because he was young when
Yeah,
he was going out there, right?
that was sort of like when things were going off around Warner, and that's sort of around the time
Baines was out there a bit, wasn't he? And-
Baines was there, and Louis,
Yeah.
and Mole, Alex was there.
Yeah.
And that's when I went off with Bucky, and I don't really know what went on there.
Yeah.
And then that's when Piss Drunks, but Piss Drunks was happening before, but that's when people, Piss Drunks started when people sort of didn't really drink that much.
Yeah.
And then that's when I think the drinking started there in a big way.
It was kind of like a real hot spot, wasn't it, for talent at that time, you know, with the Flip guys
It was
being there,
crazy.
Blitz and Birdhouse
Yeah,
and
that little,
all you guys there.
and I think about it now, it's only about a year or two, maybe even only a year.
And then everyone
It
moved
was
out, did
just
their own thing.
a melting pot of just raw. Like if
Well, some of the best skaters
if you
in
had
the
like
world.
a crystal ball, it was like every one of those people was going to turn out to be somebody, you know, that you'll remember for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So it's just, one of those
fucking-
magical times.
Yeah.
What an insane era.
Yeah.
And it's good to get to know everyone then too, because everyone was amateurs as well. So it's, you know, and then they all become who they're ever going to turn out to. And then you just know, that's a good time to get to know people.
I bet you saw some pretty heavy shit go down in real life then, like with those people around and street skating and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Because not everything, it's one of those, it's just so cool because not everything was filmed, documented, logged, and, you know,
Well, I
it
can
was
only,
just happening. Stuff was just happening.
Yeah.
You go, oh, did you see that today? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, every time 4-on-1 came out, we'd all lose our shit because it was all like that lot, your lot, that time. That was when we were most tuned into what was going on out in the US, and you know, like Reynolds and Sumner and.
Because I remember, like, when I was younger, because we're roughly about the same age, and, you know, you look forward to a 4-on-1.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was like.
Yeah, and I'd wait for the next, and it was like really big and cool. And then you get into the mix out there, and you realise it's like quite easy to get on 4-on-1
Yeah.
if you've done something good.
Yeah.
And you're in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But when you're, you know, distant,
In the UK.
you just think, oh, you never be on that. You never get on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you put yourself in the place, in the position,
In the
you
Yeah.
can get in the mags and you can get on the videos and stuff. if you're
It's being
skating
right
well.
place, isn't
So I
it?
guess
Yeah.
around that time, it was still California was the central world hub for skating, wasn't it? It was like if you wanted to do anything with skating, you had to be there, and you know it wasn't going to happen otherwise, was it? So
And I was lucky enough that Jeremy was doing his moving his company there.
yeah,
And it was right and at the same time it's like in between, you know, booms. It was just about to coming out of a slump and going right into one anyway.
yeah,
So the timing, you know, timing's always key. I think he waited for the right time to shift.
Yeah.
But then everyone was perfectly timed as far as their skills and their talent and you know, their ages and everything.
Yeah.
It was just when they were going to go off, and just as when skating was going to go off again.
Yeah.
So just, you know, it's one of those things where it just came together.
yeah. Let's talk about the end film for that. What was from an insider's point of view? You know, obviously there was a lot of hype with that video. Everyone knowing it was coming out and rumored to have $1 million budget.
I think it was sort of $1 million, because it was all on film.
Yeah.
And it's quite like high pressure
Yeah.
filming thing.
So how was it with like, when did you first sort of hear about that happening, and what's going on behind the scenes of it, the planning and stuff?
It was pretty soon after. Well, they got Andrew out because
Yeah.
he had to finish up high school and that first, and he was just going to turn pro straight away. And because it was going off into the boom at that point,
Yeah.
it was like, and stuff was selling. It's like, now's the time to do a video. We're selling stuff. We've got the money to do it. And Tony wasn't all about doing something small. He wanted to go off, do like a big budget. You know?
I mean, it just shows you if you had $1 million budget to make a video, they must have been selling a shitload of product.
I don't know that. I think pretty much cashed his chips though on the video. Like,
Right. Yeah.
so it's like, yeah, we made a lot. Let's just spend it all.
Yeah.
Spend it all to make more type deal. So yeah, threw all the profit at it and just went through the whole thing on film. Pretty much the whole thing was on film.
So because you didn't have a full part, you had a joint part, didn't you?
Yeah.
Who was in your bit with her?
I see. I always forget, and I shouldn't forget Jeff Lenosi.
Yeah, of course.
Because
yeah.
he was actually living in the house, the Barrio house with
Yeah.
Jay as well. But he came because there was a Tampa Am comp, and I think he might have won it. And then they put him on Birdhouse 2, and then he was like, then he moved in. He was like the new, like the
Right, gotcha.
So there was like 5. Of
Yeah.
us. 5 of us instead of 4. So yeah, he came along. But yeah, so our bit was just Jeff, Brian, and me as an amateur section.
Yeah.
But then they put together they got like new pros in to make the video what it was going to be. They got like Heath and Bera and Rick McCrank.
I was going to say McCrank.
Along with Klein. Klein was there anyway, and then Willie, of course. And then Tony was going to have the super
Big
part.
up Willie Santos.
Yeah,
Love that dude.
Yeah, Willie's the best. And because Paul Zitzer was on the team beforehand, but he got this weird like a flu. I think it's called Nuvo or something. That really you can be life-threatening sort of flu. So he was out the picture for a while, and then I didn't know if he was ever going to recover properly, and that's when Bucky came in,
Right.
and Paul went out. So Paul just missed out in the end, kind of.
Right, yeah.
And then Bucky just got in. So there was going to be that big introduce Bucky back super part, and then all these amazing pros, and then just the amateur section. So it's like lucky that there was even going to be an amateur section, but they were always going to turn one of the amateurs pro anyway. So there was going to be an amateur section, and then one of the amateurs was going to be the next pro. So then that was that.
And how was it filming with real film?
Well, I'm not saying they had it easier, but Brian and Jeff were just filming with Andrew.
Yeah.
They were living in the same house, but I had to meet up with Tony and Bucky and skate with them.
Right.
And that was a little bit like, oh, crikey, this is crazy. It was a bit daunting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah, because they were old friends as well from Powell. Because they'd film Powell stuff together with like Stacey and stuff like that. So they would almost like they were doing doubles on the round. You know what I mean? They were like, and I was just over there trying to just hang in there a bit. And occasionally I'd say to like Jamie Mouseberg with his, I think I got something. But it was like, make sure you got what Tony was doing, and then Bucky and maybe get a little chick that. Yeah, so there was a lot more of me than there was in the video. It's only a few things, but there's footage that exists somewhere on film.
I'd like, it'd be good to
I'd
see
like
that.
to see
Yeah,
that.
I'd love to see some of it.
Yeah, proper shot on film.
Of like
as
a
well.
lot of other tricks.
Is that where all the budget would have went then? Cause it
Yeah,
was
wasted
shot
film.
Film stock.
Yeah.
It's fucking expensive, and
Yeah.
if you're, it's like shooting photo sequences back in the day. Like that's expensive stuff.
Yeah,
And it was 16 mil or 8 mil.
yeah,
16 mil, wasn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Can you Google that? What Birdhouse The End shot on 16 mil? And like it was a roll of film, and it's
Yeah,
like just
and
have to
if
keep
you-
changing it. And then the
if-
processing fees.
Yeah, and if you weren't getting close to doing it, you just sack it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't be standing there filming all the
No,
attempts.
if you weren't getting close to it straight away, you're just like, oh, I'm not going to bother.
I guess you've got to be pretty harsh with that, haven't you? But
Yeah.
then, that comes with the territory of using that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
You know?
but you see, it was all right for Tony and that because he's just making everything.
Yeah, because he's a machine, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's cyborg.
It's like a list of stuff that he's going to do, and just going through it, bang, bang, bang.
No way.
Yeah,
did
just
you-
nailing
did he
it
actually
off.
have a written out list?
In his mind, probably. He's like
Yeah.
a genius, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's. I remember like seeing the end first and just being like, "What the fuck is?" Like Bera getting his head cut off and
oh yeah, because it was
all that kind of shit. It was just like, what are we watching here?
Yeah, because
It's
Klein
insane.
wanted me to do nobody knows this, but Klein wanted me to do my bit. Not that it was going to be much of a bit, but he wanted me to just no pads. Yeah, he was going to make me like pads to go under my trousers,
Right.
like stuff like that. But that never really happened.
So it just looks like you're skating padless for the
Yeah.
whole time.
I can't find anything official, but on one forum it says that the whole video was shot on 16 mil, a little
Yeah.
bit of 35 mil.
Yeah,
Something about shooting with a Bolex or an Ariflex, but more likely a Bolex.
Yeah,
And then
expensive then.
all the audio was recorded separately as well. then,
yeah,
wasn't
because
it?
that had to be laid over the top.
So did you see him recording audio as well?
Yeah, it was all going on. It was like it was really weird.
Full set then.
It was like a movie set. It's like lights, cameras, action, and then
How many people filming it?
there was two. Mouse being the main guy. He was just running around like a really old school little thing.
Yeah,
He just like it's really weird.
Bolex. That would have been
Yeah,
a little.
and you could and you could hear it going.
Yeah.
There's a comment on this forum that said apparently Jeremy Klein accidentally hit one of the 35mm lenses and it cost a small fortune.
Probably right. Yeah.
What was it like hanging out with Jeremy Klein?
He's good. He's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always liked how he skated, and I like that
thing,
Greco eventually kind of started paying homage to him in video parts with like the nose picks and
Yeah,
stuff.
because Greco, Jim and Jeremy are really good because Jeremy put Jim on hookups.
Right.
That's how they know.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then from hookups, Jim just moved to Birdhouse.
Yeah.
That's how that all happened. So they were friends from a long time before. But when I got on Birdhouse, it was like, you got to meet Klein. Not that I got to meet Klein, like you're not going to be welcome on the team unless you meet Klein, and he kind of likes you sort of thing. You need to meet Klein.
Yeah.
So what he wanted to suss you out, even if he would have probably kicked you off, you know. But he put these big R clips on me, you know, the R clips on my ears. I helped him build those hookups, launch ramps, you know.
Yeah.
So we went and got the wood from whatever the hardware store
Home
is.
Depot.
Home Depot.
Yeah, Home Depot.
Yeah, so he got those big clips and put them on my ears. They hurt, you know. And he thought it's hilarious that I was in agonising pain. And that was it. I was in.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. And then we went and
Amazing.
skated skip stitch together.
Oh,
Did
right.
some wall rides and that.
Yeah, he seems like he'd be a good one to skate with.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
And he's another really nice guy as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the whole crew. I mean, it's very rare that you meet somebody who's not very nice, you know.
Yeah.
Do you keep in contact with any of them?
I keep in contact with Willie and Bucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Brian. And Jim, a little bit.
Nice.
Can you invite Bucky over here and get him on the show first?
Yeah, I meet him every time he comes over.
I'd
I
love
meet up
to-
with the family because friend with his, you know, his wife and you know,
Yeah.
and their family.
Do you ever go
Just from
skate? Or
staying
is
there.
it, do you go skate, or is it just you just?
Well, we
hang
went
out?
to because you know he's into his cars and
Subaru.
rally driving and stuff.
Yeah, spoken to Joyce about that, didn't we?
He's a really good driver. So we he was over just to go to the Festival of Speed, you know.
Right.
So we just went there together. We didn't skate.
What,
till-
recently?
Yeah, it was like a year ago,
Nice.
year and a half ago. We just went down to Chichester.
Yeah.
Next time he comes over, can we go
Yeah.
for a skate and go filming?
Can you get...
Half the
next-
time he comes over, but he doesn't really necessarily skate.
Yeah,
when
but
he's here.
next time you know he's coming over, give us a heads up and mention it to him. Get him
Yeah.
on here.
He might be coming this summer.
Yeah.
His wife Jen is trying to get him because she comes quite regularly to London. She likes it.
Right.
So she said only a couple of weeks ago that she's going to try and twist his arm into coming this summer. But
Well, please drop it into Convo. Get him up here and
yeah, well,
that'd be rad,
We'll
wouldn't
give
it?
him
Get Bucky
we'll
Lasek
give
on.
him 50 quid. Spending money.
We'll get him a Greg's, all right?
Yeah, we'll get him some lunch.
He wouldn't want anything.
But how did it come around filming for Pritchard VS Dainton?
See,
Because you were filming a lot of that with Dykie, was you filming a lot of that with Dykie?
Yeah, I think I'm not entirely sure.
Because I love that part. You drinking the
Yeah.
is that Jack Daniels or is that iced tea or something?
Here we go. There's another thing that's nice that we cover that.
Yeah.
Because no, that is just tea. That is just tea bags and water brewed up to make a nice whiskey colour.
Yeah.
And then so it's just cold tea. But you know, some of the death. I think one or two of the death video premieres in that. There's a pub or club across the road. Is it called
The
Trinity?
It comes up so many
Yeah.
times.
Well, you remember there was like a skate shop. I think it's HSC. Is it called HSC? Harrow Skate Centre.
Harrow Skate
It
Centre.
was just across the road,
Right,
and we filmed that in the shop there.
right.
On a green screen.
Yeah,
Because it's got like it's got all
yeah,
photos and articles playing through the background,
Yeah.
hasn't it? As you're drinking it.
yeah.
And
Because
one
I
of-
kept old photos on my wall
Yeah.
at home. And
Yeah.
So I take photos, you know, when I'm just out and about, you know, skating with, you know. But I'd ripped them all up, and you make it like a collage.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
and then they just took them and just flicked them up
Nice.
as I did the tea.
Down the tea. Down it.
But it's hard. It's probably just as hard to down like a litre and a half of cold tea
Yeah.
as it is whiskey.
I
Not
like
much
the bit,
difference.
I like the bit in that section where it's multiple tricks from the same angle
Yeah,
shot
yeah.
above,
Yeah.
and it's just like I still to this day don't really know or have the patience to be able to do something like that.
It's
I
key-
assume you're just keying it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Key framing it, but it's like
Just making sure none of them
I
overlap.
don't remember what he must. I think Dykie must have said just, "I'm going to stay put."
yeah. So it looks like
Just
he's
keep
tripoded
doing
the
your
camera.
tricks like
Yeah.
that. and then just I don't know how that came
Yeah,
out.
that is a really good little clip.
Yeah,
that, isn't it?
I love
It's just
that.
bang, bang,
Yeah.
bang.
When I saw that, I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah.
And there's some street bangers in there as
There's
well, like
some-
ollieing over handrails and stuff.
There is.
Street bangers.
Yeah,
See, I like a bit of cruising around the streets.
yeah, a little bit of diversity. Some good
Yeah.
front side wall
I
rides
always
in
have
there.
done that. I always like, just skating around.
So how did it come to filming for that video? Was you directly in contact with like Dane and those boys as they were doing that, or was it like a project where they were like, we'd like you to have a part?
Yeah.
Was you on like set with them as much kind of thing? And
No, not so much.
Yeah.
But a little bit. But I think it's because there was a few trade shows at the time, and so they would come to, and they had a ramp at quite a few of these trade shows, and they said, "Oh yeah, do you want to do a bit?"
yeah,
But so we started filming bits at the trade shows anyway, and then I just would hook up with Dykie
yeah,
and film more and just collected
Dykie.
stuff, and I think I had a good start to maybe, start really getting something together. Yeah, so I think they just said, let's do a bit. Would you like to do a bit?
I'm just laughing at because Kate's was like, I couldn't have the song I wanted, then I couldn't have classical.
I didn't know any of this.
So I was just like, fine, we'll have raw audio, and then they put an echo effect on it, and then when he says like, and then they probably said to Ali like, you can't have this and this, and he was just like, no,
No, they didn't.
like,
No, they never said anything.
I think maybe they were fobbing off Kate.
yeah, they're probably just fucking. Sorry, Kate.
Probably winding him up.
Yeah, I think you got fobbed off there, mate. But what a great song to have in that part as well.
Yeah, because they came. I think it was getting it together. It was like near the finishing edit.
Yeah.
Type thing. Oh no, it must have been a bit before that. But anyway, they came over to say hello. I think they were nearby.
Is that Smoke Machine on there, Toby, or something?
Yeah, I think I said we were just sitting in the front room, and I just put it on. I said, "Oh, I'd love to have that." They were like, "That's that." Yeah, I was just playing Billy Idol at the time. I was like,
Was that when you'd come back from America?
that was in between because I was
You were
I was
back and
coming
forth.
back and forth like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did like the going backwards and forwards to America come to an end? What sort of year are we talking?
Oh no, because I went back because there was a gap, but then I went back like I did like a trick tips video thing. So I went back for a week then, and then because it was this is a whole nother thing. If we're going down to something else,
Go into it.
because there's Billabong tours, so I started
you're
going
on
to
Billabong,
Australia
aren't you?
quite
Yeah.
a lot. But then I would stop off. I'd go round the world, so I'd go to like Singapore and then down Melbourne, and then I'd come back the other way. So then go LA on the way back.
Right.
So then I started to go to America on the way back. So that was a bit later on, and then I've gone back and forth to America.
Were you getting paid from Billabong?
Yeah,
Actual real cash money?
yeah.
Nice.
And then Red Bull came about as well.
How much they pay
Do you want to know? It was like $1,000 a month.
you? Right.
Yeah.
Was,
So
that
you
was that the same for Billabong as well? Or?
No, Billabong started low,
Yeah.
and they just the more I did for them, the more they made it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I rode for Billabong for a long time, so I started off very low, and then by the time it was done, it was adding up. Yeah.
So there was a time where you were getting enough money to
because
survive from skating.
then I'd left Airwalk by then because because a lot of stuff was going on in Europe. There's all these etnies, so I went. They asked me if I wanted to ride for the etnies, like European team, and that was a bit more money than Airwalk, and I preferred etnies. Just cool.
It's Don Brown as well.
Don Brown,
isn't it?
brilliant.
Like,
and I'd
legend.
met Don over in the States quite a few times. I just
Yeah.
thought, what a nice guy, and I liked the shoes more so, and so that was a little bit extra. So you had Billabong, Red Bull, etnies. And then there's other spin-offs, there's like Eastpak and then Oakley came along. Like
They had quite a lot to do with skating for a while, didn't they?
Eastpak. Yeah. Were you getting paid from Oakley as well?
Yeah,
Nice. So you had quite a good spread of sponsors. at
yeah.
that time.
For quite a few years, there's a few years where I was just doing really
Yeah,
well.
good.
Yeah. Did you save any money? Just spend it all.
I spent a lot.
What was the most extravagant purchase you made?
I bought a Lexus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
A smart buy though.
Yeah, when I got a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the end, but paid the one thing that I remember because it was just one of those purchases. I just thought, It was weird. It wasn't really sponsorship money though, because there's a lot of money in demo money as well.
Yeah.
And prize money sometimes. But I had just over 10,000, and I seen this Lexus that was in Leicester.
That's where I'm from.
Is it?
Yeah.
A Lexus Leicester. And I looked up the car that I wanted. It was like a dream car. And it was like a black IS200 Sport.
I literally used to have one of them and it got wrote off like
Did
a
you?
year ago, yeah.
It was nice, eh?
Yeah, it was an amazing car. Absolutely
Yeah.
loved it. W Reg.
Yeah.
Nearly as old as I am.
Yeah,
Great
like-
car though.
Yeah, it had like the tinted back windows, you know, the Sport's cool. And so I went up there and just bought it outright for like, it's like 13,000, but I had 10,000 in like cash. Yeah. So and they picked me up from the station. And I was looking for the car when I got there. I was like, well, where is it? You know, where it was on the spinny thing in the, yeah. I was like, okay. And they sat down, it was all, you know, very formal.
Yeah.
You know? And I was only young.
So 10k cash
And he,
smacked on the table.
yeah, so he's asking, you know, we're sorting out the payment. So I just go into my rucksack and like wedge after wedge, like slid it over.
And then what? The rest card payment or something? So it was 13K.
Yeah, no, and then the rest was just.
Do you not try and barter them down? Like, look, I've got 10k
No.
here.
No.
No, you were just like, fuck it, Quicksilver,
Yeah,
bang.
I just wanted to drive home because I got the train. I was just like, give me the car.
And it was on the spindle as well.
Yeah, it's on the spinny thing.
Did you get to sit in the car as it was spinning around?
Yeah, they opened the glass doors. They stopped the spinny, opened the glass doors,
and
he
put
dri-
you in it.
Yeah, and he drive off, and he escorted me to the motorway. So he got in his car, and then
Why?
just out of courtesy. Yeah.
That's customer service.
Yeah, and took me right to the motorway, and then he went his way, and I just got down on the M1.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bet that was one of the best drives of your life,
Oh,
wasn't
it's
it?
lovely. Yeah, because I hadn't really checked it out.
Yeah,
You know, I just seen that looks amazing.
that looks good.
So I was just playing with all the stuff all the way home, you know, wing mirrors going in and out. It's like, yeah, this is all right.
Nice.
But that was like a really, you know, it was one of those purchases. It was just far too expensive. And actually, it didn't take long because it was only a year or two into having it. You know, I'd ding it or break a wing mirror off, and then start realising how much. But I really I cashed in to get it. So it didn't leave me with anything.
Yeah.
Like, you don't care when you're young. You just spend down to zero.
Yeah.
And then you earn it again. You spend down to zero. So, but then once it started going wrong, I realised, I don't know if I can
How much
afford
you'd
to
spent
keep
on
this.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that celebrates for another little crack in here.
Cracker
Another cracker.
time.
Right, let me get
Christmas.
man grip on it like you are.
You can get man grip.
Oh, there you go. I actually won that one. No, I didn't. Oh, no,
you
damn
did,
it.
did you get the prize?
No, I think you
Did
got
I
the
get
prize. What did you get?
Oh,
A
I got
ring?
A love heart.
I love that. Nice.
Give that to Forde.
I'll keep that.
What
Oh, it's a paperclip love art.
is it? I can't see. It's
Nice.
too close to my eyes. No, I can't look that close. My eyes don't work.
There you go. Let's put it on here for Christmas. Wait, it is a paperclip love art, isn't it?
My drink's in there. That's about it.
There you go.
That's really nice. What do you want to speak about next?
Well,
Because
you've
we
got.
kind of want to.
I mean, you've got a good range
Oh,
of
oh,
Unabomber
oh, no.
boards back there. I want to.
Hang on, before that,
Oh yeah. All
Just-
right.
I
This is a
Goog-
Toby
this-
favourite.
there's this morning I just put you into Google just to find any more questions. I already had all my notes done on you.
Yeah.
Apparently, your net worth is $5 million.
No.
There you go.
No. No, I don't know where they get those
No,
net
it's all
worth.
bullshit, innit? But I just saw that. I was
Maybe
like,
they
net
saw
worth,
you in the
5
car
million.
that you bought. And
Yeah,
were
they
like,
saw you-
In today's
They
value.
because-
They saw him going down the M1 in
Because
that
I
Lexus.
watch you guys. I know, like, 'cause I saw. I think Lee was on. Dainton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you checked out his net worth, and Matt when Pritchard was on too, and so since then I've had a look every now and again, mine, and it just changes like every week.
I think it's just bullshit, isn't it? Depending
Yeah.
on how much they're
The
in.
first thing I've just found, it says 700k,
Is that what I'm worth today?
apparently.
It's what you're worth after being on this show.
According
And-
to net worth.
You've gone
Has
from
it gone down by how
all your
much?
net worth
You've
has
gone
decreased.
By a couple of mil.
5 mil to
So I'm
700k.
like 5 mil over there and 700 over there.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll stick to the 5 mil over here.
When and how did Birdhouse come to an end? What was the process there, and how did it go down?
It was one of those demos. Like, I came back for one of those demos, and I met my future wife one of them.
Right.
And it didn't end Birdhouse or anything like that. But then we got together and we started a family and all that sort of stuff. And I wanted to be back here more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you got a newborn,
Yeah.
you know, and all of that.
How many kids have you got?
Just one.
Right.
Just Ella, daughter. So we so I set up, and I was doing quite well. And all my paying sponsors, because it was the weirdest thing, because you realise, you know, I was pro in every sense of the word
Yeah.
for all these other companies, but didn't have a board out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it didn't really matter, you know. So Birdhouse was like keeping me amateur,
Were they still giving you a little bit of money?
but I was pro because I was getting paid,
Yeah.
but without a board,
Yeah.
which is weird.
Still
And
getting $150.
Yeah, but only $150 when you were there.
Not when you're out the country.
Yeah, so when you come back here, you know, so it's a bit weird. It was all a bit weird.
Yeah, that is a bit odd.
Yeah, so, but anyway, so it was just the way things were going. So, I mean, I didn't really necessarily need a board sponsor, and I wanted to be here, and it wasn't really going anywhere. I didn't see where it was going to go. And it just, out of all the people, I didn't really care about board sponsor too much.
I guess in vert skating, it's different with sponsors, isn't it? Especially around that time, that your main income would be from sort of
Competition
like
circuits and
Billabong,
stuff like that.
Pretty much.
contest
demos.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised, that, you know, you probably wouldn't, but there was so many pro vert skaters that didn't have boards.
Yeah.
Loads of them. Very few had, like, you know, a board with their name on it.
Yeah.
And I just looked at, like, you know, companies, and I didn't really the only one, and that was Unabomber. I just thought if I could and would want another board sponsor, I'd just love to ride for Unabomber because of the people, the team, who, you know, who's behind it. I thought, yeah, that'd be, if I was back in the UK, I just loved. I went on a helicar, said come to this. It was a competition in Antwerp. I think it's in Antwerp.
Yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't Antwerp. What was it? It's one. It might have been Hamburg. There's a rail slide skate park there, and there was a DC challenge or something. So you could come with us, and Vaughan was there. Vaughan Baker.
Yeah.
Legend.
More.
We still need to get Vaughan on here.
You've got to get Vaughan on.
Yeah.
He's like the best. And that was when, you know, and the whole team was, you know, Rushbrook and Harry and everyone.
Harry the Bastard.
We all know, the brilliant team. And I went on that little trip with them, and I was still on Birdhouse, and I just thought I'd love to be part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I quit Birdhouse.
Did you phone Tony?
Yeah.
We still got his number?
Yeah, I have somewhere probably.
Should we phone him?
No.
Did you quit? Did you quit Birdhouse with the idea that you was getting on Bomber, or you just quit? You quit Birdhouse and you didn't have any
I just saw
foreseeable future
of
getting on Bomber.
No, I wasn't in any way talking to anyone.
Yeah. You weren't quitting one for the other. You were just
I just stopped riding. I just said, no, I'm going to stop riding for Birdhouse.
Because essentially, what are you losing? 150 quid when you're in the
Anyway,
States?
it didn't make any difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you were going out to the US, did they help you with flights and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was like really good. I mean, if you were on tour, Tony would get your jet skis to go out to sea, and you know what I mean. Everything was paid for, nice hotels.
I could imagine
it was
you did
really
his
nice.
bit,
Yeah, it was lovely like that. But as far as surviving, it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you're part of the crew on a tour or a trip or something, you know, you're living the life.
Yeah, it's just when you come back from that.
Yeah, and you
you're
come
like, right.
back and you just, you know, you're back sitting, you know, you're
Almost
back in your
encouraged.
bedroom at mum's house.
Yeah.
And you're just going back and forth to Radlands. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're going from like the glitz of it all and then back to reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where did Bomber come from? Like after that, then how long was Bomber after you quit Birdhouse?
Probably maybe a year or so. I think I made it clear that I'd like to.
Yeah.
You know.
And you had quite a few boards on there, didn't you?
Yeah. What was your first?
The first isn't here.
Is it
Damn.
not?
Now I was going to bring the first, but then I thought, well, you don't want loads of them.
How many models did you have out?
Well, I know because there's 6. Because that's the 7th. That's what that number 7's for. Because that's the 7th one.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So there's six bomber boards, and I think what have I brought in 5. Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So-
if you can pop back and get it, we'll sit here
It's
and
a
wait.
bug. It's a bug spray board. It's like red, white, and blue with just the bugs and some crayon scribbles.
You think you could maybe find that, Fraser? It might be quite
trying.
hard to find.
I'm
I've
trying.
got a picture of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got a good enough picture, I can
Yeah.
always cut it out and so it's on the screen so people can see it as well.
Yeah.
But I
That
really
was
like
the first one.
I really like the knife board, the Alibaba board, and the face board next to that. They just remind me of those kind of like early 2000s graphics, which I
Yeah.
miss quite a lot in skating.
Yeah.
Not so much about the little gimp man in the.
Yeah, he's a funny little fella. That
Yeah,
one.
it's an interesting one.
Yeah. Well, like it's his arms and it's just arms.
Yeah.
The rest is like.
It's just such an odd contrast compared
just
to the
got-
rest.
a real life skin human body in the middle
Yeah.
of. Just it makes you wonder why that bit there is there, but
Very peculiar.
yeah, I love all these faces and the screws with
That Alibaba one's good.
Yeah.
That one's probably one of my favourites on there. And the
Yeah.
face next to it. Is that face anyone's face or is it just a random... It's not you, is it, going like...
No, I don't know. You never know with Helicar though. You might have thought I looked like that one day.
Yeah.
You thought that'd do you.
Roller Snakes owns Unabomber.
I know. I do know that now. Yeah.
Can we get him a... Just for old time's sake, just grab him a Unabomber board
Wouldn't it be
from...
interesting to do reissues of boards?
It would be.
I don't know whether the market's there. I mean, I remember getting my first bomber board would have been 96 or 7. When did it start?
I think Bomber was
97.
96, wasn't it?
I don't know. I remember getting my first one when I was up in Leeds visiting.
Because what Unabombers, you guys is here at Roller Snakes.
Yeah,
right?
we own it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could do any
We
one.
could
you do
we
whatever
could
you
in
want
theory
with it.
reissue
Yeah.
boards. It's just that we did do a little bit more with Bomber. We started doing. Oh, here we go. We got you.
It's not the best picture. It's like split in two. and
Yeah.
Signed, but
So we
I
got...
have a crayon on it. and
I
stuff,
think,
yeah.
like Toby will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when... With the Unabomber stuff, like it did come back for a bit and it came back with Heaven at the same time.
Ah.
And Heaven just kind of took off.
But we
And Bomber was just kind of steady,
it just-
wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think it had sort of kids don't know about it.
Yeah,
We-
but he even seemed to it kept a bit of history there, and it's doing really well now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like which one's gonna stick around, and then he.
There's only so much you can throw at brands to get
Yeah.
them going, and we couldn't
Yeah.
really do it both.
Because
we also,
I guess these ones are like yours. These you sort of own the whatever the
yeah,
graphics.
I guess
and all
so.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so technically you can't take them home with you today. Then.
No, none of them. None because you want that one.
They're gonna have
and
to-
you
I
own
do
the
want
others.
that one.
I want that. If,
No,
you're,
yeah.
if you're not, I would be stoked to have that. You
I wanna
just
put
went,
that on my
I
wall.
wouldn't mind having that.
I want to put that on my wall.
We also own Lord Clothing as well.
Oh, yeah,
We've
yeah.
got that trademarked as well.
How long did the Unabomber kind of thing last for? You had 6 models.
Ages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I never would have left Unabomber until I don't know if it wasn't doing very well or Pete just gave up on it or.
I don't really know, to be honest. It was
Because I
sort
remember he
of,
just told me one day, they just said we're going to sell it.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was that. And then there was going to be no the team had gone. The team was just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking harsh skateboarding how
Yeah, which
quickly
is really
things
weird.
can.
But that was a weird time because I was after that because there's other stuff after that because I was straight away I was talking to Jeff Kendall about Santa Cruz.
Oh, that would have been good.
I know we were this close. We were like talking. He was talking numbers. And
Call him now.
Graphics and stuff.
I would love
Yeah.
an Ali.
Oh,
Santa
that would have
Cruz
been
board.
amazing.
That
I
would
know.
have been
I know.
fucking
It
great.
didn't, but there was 2 things to go for at the time. There's like Blind or Santa Cruz, and I went and rode like Blind Europe. No, but I don't think it was going to happen because
No, yeah, I
he
understand.
wanted more. He wanted a bigger seller.
Plus, Blind at that time was smashing it. So it's
Yeah.
only recent times that it's.
And
And
apparently he was telling me that because Mike Fraser rode for Santa Cruz.
Big
at the
Fish
time.
Fraser?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he said Fraser's not even selling many boards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's one of those things. He
So
wanted
you probably
to,
wouldn't
but
have had many
it wasn't
boards.
like viable.
Yeah.
But he wanted to.
Because he's so sick.
I would have
Mike
rode for
Fraser.
those. I would have just
Just
I'll just ride Santa Cruz stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I love
I think
Santa
I even
Cruz.
told him like I do well out of all my other bits. I just
Yeah.
yeah. But he didn't want that. He wanted to be a model. But the numbers weren't up there. So
Yeah.
that didn't happen. It was one of those things that I never really told anyone about.
I think it's still quite fucking uneven being considered for that, though. Imagine someone coming up
Yeah, I
to you.
mean, what an honour, Jeff Kendall calling you and being like,
Yeah, I was just
like,
at
yeah,
home.
it's
and-
insane. That's insane.
Yeah, and
I
he
mean-
just said, like, Jeff's on the phone. I go to who, Jeff? And he said, it's Jeff Kendall, NHS. He goes, oh, yeah, would you like to ride for Santa Cruz? And I was like, I'd love to ride for Santa Cruz. And then we got chatting.
Yeah.
And he got, like, numbers and stuff. And then there was never an end to it. There wasn't a no.
yeah.
I did, like,
Maybe he's still thinking
that's
about it.
still
It's
open.
just got distracted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's still open then. So let's call him
no,
now.
because we kept going because I was getting hooked up by Independent.
Yeah.
He hooked me up with Independent. And then I don't know if you ever
He's
saw
still
me.
getting indie stuff now.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, not many people saw it, but I did a part for Strange Notes.
Don't remember that.
Yeah, I got an independent part.
Can
in
you
Strange
search that?
Notes.
Independent
What year was
Strange
this?
Notes.
Don't know the
90s?
exact year, but I've got a full independent part.
90s? It would have been later than that, right?
Early 2000? What year are we talking?
But yeah, early 2000.
Did that come out on one of the Strange Notes DVDs?
Yeah, it was a DVD, but it was just in like a piece of
Why
cardboard.
did we not know
Yeah.
about that? I'd
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
And we know everything.
well, between us, I think we know
Between us, we know enough.
about half of everything.
Yeah.
And it starts with when they started building that Vert Ramp at my house.
Right, that's my next question.
Putting it all up.
Yeah.
And it's got a time lapse of the sides going up.
Oh, sick.
And then it's got all these clips from here, there, and everyone's clips from Australia, and then
Nice.
it was the independent part for Strange Like Me. Yeah, it's quite.
Oh,
a
we
good
need to
part.
see that.
Yeah.
it had that
Can you
Iron
find it?
Maiden or something.
I am
The
amazing.
song.
I wonder what issue that was on, because everyone that skates at one point's had a big stack of Strange Notes DVDs.
I'll probably got
Yeah.
it at home. Just
Yeah.
half of them I
I'd
never
love to
even
see it
watched.
again.
Yeah, it must be on YouTube's.
I tried to find it once and I couldn't find it, but
I'll find it.
Who
for
filmed
you.
it?
it was all kinds of people, and I just sent all the footage to Jeff,
Right.
Yeah.
and he sent it to whoever he sent it to, and they just put it
It's
together.
like
and then
montaged.
yeah, and
from
then he
different-
sent me
I'm
back.
sure
just
we
the-
can put, like, through this going out, when we put this episode out, let's put a
We
little
can put out a
a thing
question.
on there, put out a request if anyone's got that Strange Notes
Yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be brilliant if you
DVD
could find
part.
it.
We'll try and get it.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody, like you say, people have got stacks of DVDs and VHS.
That can be a thank you for having that board.
Or if you know where it is online, you can
Yeah.
send it to us. On
There's
the-
got to be full Strange Notes DVDs
Yeah,
burned
I
on
don't-
the internet.
I'm not that good at looking things up, but it'd be out there somewhere.
Yeah, we'll find it. So, yeah, tell us about your Vert Ramp that you had in your backyard. Where did that come from? How did that happen?
It was the ramp that was in Urban Games at
Mm-hmm.
Urban Games, and it might have been up another time, but they kept it in the bay that was further down. It was at Bay 67. I used to go PlayStation on. I used to see it there, and just wondered what they were doing with it really.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a patch of ground, or my mum has a patch of ground behind like her shop, retail shop. I would just see it there, and I'd see the patch of ground, and I just thought. You know,
dream come
if
true to have
only,
you.
you know,
Yeah.
it was
Get
one
your
of those
hands on
if only really. But I just, I think I just asked about it one day, and it was just costing them a lot to keep it there, and it would have just been doing them a favour, and it would have been like a dream for me. And they just said, "Take it, you can have it, stick it up," and then. I think if they wanted it back, they were going to come and get it and use it
Yeah.
again. But after a few years, it's just like, it's so weathered. We
Yeah.
had a couple of bad winters, and it was just never going to be any good to put up again.
Because it wasn't raised off the floor, was it? It was
No,
just like
yeah,
flat.
it was just put down on the grass, and I think something like that needs to be up in the air a bit.
Yeah.
So it was just rotting from underneath. So
I think, like Jesse's ramp, that's on concrete foundations.
Yeah,
and
it
it's
is.
all above the ground.
Yeah.
yeah, it
So
needs to be
water
like
can
a
pa-
foot up or
So
something.
water
Yeah.
can pass through under it as opposed
Yeah.
to sitting on
I think
top of it.
I think they're on a floodplain as well, Jesse's, aren't they? So it has
Yeah.
to be just in case it
Yeah.
gets
It's definitely
flooded
raised
out.
out. We had that for a couple of years.
Yeah, it was there for I think probably a bit longer maybe.
Yeah.
Did you get any of your old Vert pals to come and skate? Did Bucky come and skate it?
No, a few people came by. I mean, like U.S.A. came by, and then Jackson Pills came and stayed with us for a little while.
Amazing.
He did his first 720 there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. U.S.A. Korhonen,
Yeah,
Finnish skater from
Yeah.
Tampere, Finland.
yeah.
I went out to Finland. Actually, it was when we were filming
With
for...
Kate's? Was it?
When I was filming live from Antarctica and Kate's. And we went to the skate park in Tampere, and Jussi was there.
Yeah.
And because I've always, like I said earlier, I've always been a big fan of Vert, but never really had that many opportunities to film it. So Jussi's there, and he's like, you want to film this? I was like, fuck yeah. And you know what he's like? He just, cab hill flipping. He just knocks it all out. Just
Feels amazing filming Vert, doesn't it?
just bang, 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 straight. You just sit there, light on.
Yeah, it's very rare that you have to dodge out the way.
Yeah.
You can just be right there.
And it's like, it's just amazing seeing it firsthand.
Because I've known U.S.A for a long time, because he was on the Dope Clothing.
Dope Clothing,
He was on
yeah.
the Dope video as well, and it was way back when.
Yeah.
So yeah, he came by, and the people would come by,
Yeah.
But yeah,
Rad.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are you okay talking about your leg break?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So,
That was there.
yeah, on your ramp.
Yeah.
So,
So that's why you got rid of it.
No,
I mean, obviously,
I skated after it. That wasn't when I stopped
yeah.
Yeah.
skating Vert. After I carried on, but then by then the ramp was really quite
It was
knackered.
fucked, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it when you broke your leg? I mean, from what
Yeah.
I've heard, it sounds fucking horrific.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, it was pretty bad.
PTSD kind of scenario.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much traumatizing, I would say.
Yeah.
But, on reflection, it was. At the time, you just think, "Oh, I've hurt myself," but in hindsight,
So it was.
So what happened?
Yeah, is it your femur or?
yeah, it's femur, a compressed fracture. If you saw the X-rays, it was just like in pieces. It was like bits, and not sharp bits as well. So the way I landed, I don't know how it happened, but anyway, one leg was just completely like it just been compressed, like so
What
tight.
were you doing?
Yeah, what were you trying?
Like, what was it?
As far as just a 540, I think, just landed. It could have been anything though. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
But it's just an awkward angles and stuff, and just broke badly at that, and then bones sticking out and all that. But then when the ambulance finally got there, they put this weird, I've never had that before. Have you had that when they put like something right up in your groin and attach it to your foot, and they sort of wind you, stretch it out, stretch your leg out.
Fuck that.
To pull the bone.
Pull bone back in.
So
Are they giving you painkillers for this?
No, but I was, you're running on adrenaline there. Nothing was hurting.
So
I wasn't in pain.
I never knew that was a thing until the last time I was in Massachusetts. My friend broke his arm, but it was clean at an angle.
Yeah.
And they hung his arm up. They put like something.
Yeah,
around his
yeah,
wrist,
yeah. They pull
hung
it.
his arm up, put rope over it with two weights, and you could see it pulling his arm, and the bone just went
Yeah, it pulls
back
in.
into place. And
Fuck
it seemed so medieval.
Yeah.
I never knew it was done like that.
Yeah.
But he was on a lot of pain relief, and he was still like. But he said that once they put the weights on and left it, he could feel the pressure and it felt better. But to do it with no pain relief, and then
I think they had to get on there to do something straight away.
Yeah.
It's
So
like
did
a
they do that-
sketchy situation.
Because you were bleeding out, weren't you?
Yeah, it's bleeding out, and you got those major arteries
Yeah.
down there.
Oh no.
And
So
it was your right leg.
Yes, yeah. So if you catch on, it can be life. If you,
Yeah.
So it's a dangerous situation.
You don't think about it too often, do you? With like a break, that it can be.
Yeah, it depends where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be.
And also, I
Touch and
guess,
go.
stretching it out. So if
Was
the artery,
it a compound break?
Yeah, it's compound fracture thing. Yeah.
Oh my god.
but I guess if the artery had been crushed,
Severed.
so they'd need to get blood flow going, so you wouldn't lose your leg. I'm
Yeah.
assuming. So
Yeah,
probably stretching it out would make sure that
it can go that
the
far.
artery was
Yeah.
open.
Yeah, it can go that far where they just like can't do much besides take your leg off.
So did they put the device on it, stretch it out immediately at the spot because
Pretty
the break
much.
was so bad? They
Pretty
didn't
much
waste
straight.
time driving you to the hospital.
No, they did it straight away.
Who was there?
Just me.
Just you skating the vert on your own,
Yeah.
and then what? You called the ambulance on the floor.
No. There's no reception there. It's like,
Fuck.
What the fuck?
but my mum's sort of shop, it was not far. It was just over this bank, and I knew one of the girls that works in there, behind reception till whatever, would smoke. She would come out and smoke every now and again. So I knew if I shouted for long enough,
Someone
she
would
was a
come.
heavy smoker, so she was going to be out of there sooner or later.
Could you not move at all? There was no.
No, I landed and just sort of slid into the middle of the flat. So I grabbed my leg and it was just floppy, and I was like, whoa, no. There's no chance of like
Yeah.
doing much. Didn't want to crawl off, rub mud all into it,
Yeah.
So just wait. I thought I'd just better wait. So yeah, there's no chance of standing up or anything like that.
And then she came out, and you were like, "Yo,"
I just said I'd broken my leg.
and it looks bad.
Yeah, I
there's
just,
blood
no, I
everywhere.
didn't really say it looked bad. I just said I definitely, because I just I've actually this. So I've broken things before, and it's no bother, is it? You know, you break your arm, and you're just like, oh, I've broken my arm. But this was a visible situation. I was like, I've really done myself a mischief here.
I've done myself a mischief.
Yeah.
And then, what was access like for the ambulance crew to get to you?
Oh, it's awful.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. The whole situation was dire.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
I can't skate.
Because
on my
there
own.
was talk they were going to bring like some sort of like helicopter type thing, you know, the air ambulance. But they found a way in.
But they couldn't because there was a big Vert Ramp there.
They got in, yeah.
And the helicopter came
Danny
down.
Way's in the helicopter.
No,
Danny Way's
because
jumping
there's fields around. They could have
Yeah.
landed somewhere if they had to. But then once I got to hospital, because it was so bad, they couldn't operate on it. They had to get another surgeon in to do it. So they x-rayed it, looked at it, said can't do anything with that. Kept me in at 24 hours before they operated, because the guy that they had there was like, I'm not qualified to deal with this. So they got somebody in
Holy
to
shit.
do it.
So what is the situation with your leg now? Has it got pins,
I
plates,
just got a rod.
full
There
rod?
goes to it. But because it was nasty, because something happened to my hip too.
Right.
So I ended up, they had to operate on my hip as well.
So how did you fall on it to have like? Because you said you slid down, right?
Yeah, that was after landing on it though.
Oh, so you went up and landed. Did you land straight flat on it and it pushed it up? Or?
It's hardly, you know, when you slam like that, you just can't. Those first few moments, you can't remember properly.
Yeah.
So I
You
don't
must
know.
have gone down like a sack of shit.
I don't know
on it
exactly.
somehow.
I don't know
What
exactly
position
what
you was at when you were?
Yeah, I can't even be sure it was definitely a 540. This is a rough guess. I think it might have been.
Yeah.
But those first few seconds, you know, of what I was doing, you only remember afterwards, really. I just remember being there. But I think that's what it was. And I must have just over-rotated or landed really low. Or
Yeah.
probably landed, or maybe even hung up. And then just got catapulted out to the flat and just onto
Yeah.
them. Could have been any.
Did you keep the board that you did that injury on? Or did
No.
you burn it?
No, I just used it again afterwards. Yeah.
So you was in the hospital. They weren't qualified enough to perform
Operates,
surgery,
yeah.
and then so you was in there 24 hours, and then they did surgery on it. What was the recovery time, or what?
No, it was kind of quite quick as far as like
And
being
what
able
did
to
you do
stand
your
up
hip
again.
as well? You said you did something.
Because I don't know, something. So they had to operate on the hip to get the bar through, because it was all in bits.
Hell.
So they had like something going on up
They
there.
had to go in from the hip down.
Yeah, so
that.
the scar goes from the top.
Oh, man.
Is that from?
Yeah, that's where it is from the top there. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also can see it.
Yeah, so
Fuck.
I think they almost had to go in from like there.
Oh my god.
How big's that
It's
scar
so
running?
fucking
It
horrific.
was the 72 staples. I remember getting them taken out. I counted them, taking them out.
Right, get your pants off then. Let's have a look at the whole scar.
I'll show you later. Yeah,
That's
it goes.
gnarly.
It goes like it ends there.
Holy
It
shit.
ends there
Oh fuck.
and starts
The
there.
whole thing, yeah.
You
Yeah,
really,
so it's
you
all-
really
all of
did
that.
do a mischief,
You
didn't
did a mischief.
Yeah, it's a
You did a
big
silly,
one.
didn't you?
Yes, definitely want to get out. every now and
Yeah.
again.
What was it like coming back to skating after that? Because I mean,
It just-
that probably would have been that if I have touch wood, I haven't had nasty shit like that, but I don't think I could get over it. I
Well,
think it would do my
yeah.
head in.
You know, it just everything just felt different after it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty resilient like that, but nothing felt the same, and it's almost like what suspension
new
you
leg,
might
isn't it?
have. You know,
Yeah.
it's just gone. It's like rigid.
Yeah.
There's like on everything. So nothing ever felt the same after that.
So you're just sticking to skating like ramp, mini ramp.
Yeah,
Right.
just like I was.
Have you not been back on Vert since?
I got back on Vert after it, but you know, it was like 6 months after it, but nothing felt the same.
Yeah.
But then I'd just skate like other little things. But by then, like all the sponsors had gone and all that, so I had to find other ways of paying the bills and bits.
And then that's it, isn't it? It's like
So I
game
just
over.
but I've always had something in my mind. I was never going to be one of those people that just give up, you know. So I've always wanted to be able to at least like, you know, push around and cruise around and carve stuff, no matter how old I am.
Yeah.
So whether I don't so much skate vert or mini ramp or streets or whatever, I was always going to keep going somehow, you know, and whatever it might be.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you.
What
Fraser
is
has just sent us a video of somebody being rescued by a helicopter below
Yeah.
the helicopter, and they just end up
Yeah.
spinning round. Imagine what's
You
worse:
fucking idiot.
breaking your leg or getting.
I s-
That would just make me puke everywhere.
When I saw that open, I was quickly trying to get it off
Fucking
screen
hell.
because I knew that it would.
No, that's fine. I don't know what's coming up now though. But
Oh, she's in. Oh, it's destroying Earth now.
Oh fuck's sake! Anyway,
I just thought if you were getting spun around at that kind of speed, you probably wouldn't have needed your legs stretched out.
yeah.
Fucking
So
hell.
yeah, Vert didn't feel the same. It wasn't the same.
Yeah, well, no, nothing felt the same. Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's manageable. But it was definitely a point where you had to sort of figure out and change your direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, people change directions from a small knee injury, you know, or
But by then I had a really good look. It was a good run at the time. I was like 34 by then.
Yeah.
So I'd done all these things.
and that
So it
was
wasn't like I was just, it's ruined everything.
and all you had before that was like minor injuries and
Yeah, I'd like broke my
knock-ups.
wrist and arm, different
Yeah.
things like that.
I guess you have to look at
And I
it
broke
like,
the other leg. the
You had
year
a good
before.
20 years of like. Oh, and you broke the other leg as
Yeah,
well.
that was like, but that was not a nasty one like that. It was just
Yeah.
a clean. Those breaks are okay.
Yeah.
They heal better. But then after that one, you know, I was just skating better than ever after that one. I was really, like, you know, I was like up for it.
I guess, you know, in hindsight, you're well travelled. You got to hang out with
Some of the best skateboarders,
the best skateboarders in the
world.
world, still some of the best skaters in the world at that time when it was all coming up and happening. You rode for Birdhouse, you know, you hung out with Bucky and Tony Hawk, and
I guess you got
you
to see a
did
lot
all
of
that.
evolution of
Yeah.
like vert skating and street skating and Piss Drunks, Baker, Warner Ave.
you know, like you had it sounds like you had a good time with it.
Yeah, I did.
You know, and it was like
Yeah,
the
did.
experiences and life experiences.
It's
from that.
amazing to see all these companies from the beginning. Too.
Yeah.
So I saw the start of New Deal, the start of like
Start of Flip.
start of Flip, the start of Baker, the rebirth of Birdhouse, all
Yeah.
these things. And
Skating with Jeremy Klein.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's like, you know, you saw like, you know, quite a sort of a magical sort of time in skating going
Yeah,
on.
absolutely.
And you're
yeah.
right there, innit?
But that's the time
Brilliant.
that a lot of people that we have on, we always talk about, but they weren't there.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So it's quite lucky that you were, I guess, as
Yeah.
well, and you got to see it.
I
Because
mean,
when I watch old videos, I'm always like, I wonder what it would have been like.
I would have loved to have been there at that time, just a
Even
day
though you
to
probably
see
would have
it.
hated it.
I probably would have hated it, but I would have
yeah,
loved
if you
to
were
have
there, you
experienced
probably
it.
wouldn't have noticed it going on.
That's
Yeah.
the thing, you don't notice at
Yeah.
the time, do you, what it's going to
Yeah,
become.
but thinking back now, it's like, wow, you know, that was amazing to be there. But, you know, as it was happening, you're just like, oh, this is
It's just
normal.
every day. It was just
You're just
life, innit?
skating, and that's what everyone's doing. And
yeah.
Yeah,
it's good.
So
rad.
you've had a board out on 40.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one's that?
Yeah.
I know.
I love this
rad.
one, though.
Tell us a little bit about it. So you said the 7 represents the 7 board.
Yeah, that's
7. In the 22 seat.
that's a date.
Yeah.
That's just a, you know, because I met somebody on that date, and that actually this number started to mean like it's like probably my favourite number because like good things happened in like the year 22 or the 22nd, and it's just become like a spooky sort of cool number. I met somebody, a lovely person, and all that sort of stuff. And this is just like the spiral of, you know, all our journeys or whatnot, and there's your tree, whether it's going well or
There's the
not.
root of your tree spinning 540s.
And and I just pieced it together bit by bit, and you know,
I think the reason I like it so much is because of the spirals and the font of the name and having the name on the nose like that. It just reminds me, like I said, of like late 90s, early 2000s
Yeah.
graphics
yeah.
with like names on the nose. And yeah, the graphics really good.
I'm glad you like it because it was just a concept that I had, and I liked the idea of just leaving that like raw, so you'll never see. Even though all of these boards are all different underneath anyway, but when you line these up and you see them, then they're all different.
Yeah.
This is just different grade.
Yeah, the wood stains are always
But
different.
you know, this like, you know, because half of my, you know, time skating that, you know, all just smoking and doing partying and stuff. So this is like a bit psychedelic sort of lettering and things like that going on in there, and
Bit early Pink Floyd, Sid Barrett.
yeah,
kinda,
yeah, it's like a reflection of some of my personality and that. Yeah, so I like it, and it's actually the only one that had like 100% sort of. It's the only one actually that had 100% input. It was just like, because
He
Marty's like, you can have whatever you want.
Yeah.
So I just got it together and I said, can I have that? And then that is it.
Yeah,
Like,
they're crushing it over at 40. They are smashing it.
I mentioned to Ali earlier, we're doing an event in July 27th, 2024 here.
What, for 40?
A 40 event. We don't know exactly what it is, but we are doing an event here. So.
Oh, so you'll probably be back this way then?
No,
hopefully.
probably. Yeah, could be. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh, you
Yes.
can bring us another board then as well, I guess.
Another.
Fucking hell, he's always.
He's on it though, isn't
He's
he?
always scrounging, isn't he?
So are you.
How can you talk? I learned from the best. You hear Toby on the phone to Douglas. Oh, I love New Deal. Can you send me some?
I absolutely have never said anything
Like,
to Douglas
oh, you fucking
of any
love it.
sort.
The
He's
only
got
thing you've ever paid
such a
for in the
crack.
last 5 years is a pair of Vans half cabs.
Is there anything else you want to talk about, Ali? While you're here, while
Yeah,
you have
what's
this,
going on right
while you
now?
have this platform of literally tens of people listening to this right now.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we've done
Seven's
quite well.
already-
We're up to 10 million views now. So
Yeah.
No.
Is there any words of wisdom?
yeah,
No.
for anyone who wants to get into skating vert, what would you recommend?
Oh,
Just fucking get it.
just enjoy it. Just have a go and just enjoy it, because it's the most amazing thing when you get the hang of it.
Yeah.
And you can drop in a ramp and you can stay airborne.
Yeah.
It's a feeling that I think anyone who skates should do that once in their time skating. Just get airborne out of a
Oh,
vert
I'd
ramp
love it. So
and go air to air. Just stay in the air, fly.
Yeah.
you could, sorry, I'm going to waffle for a bit now about vert skating. You could do the backside air to fake, 360 ones to fakie, couldn't you?
Yeah.
What's the tip with that? Because Sean, who we spoke about earlier, he wants to learn those. Now he's got backside airs and everything.
Well,
We just over rotate and slide it round.
Yeah, that's sort of how I did it. I love doing backside reverts. Anything backside disaster revert, fakie.
Yeah.
A lot of backside revert stuff. With that, you can land it like 90 on the
And
wall,
just do the
slip
rest. Yeah. Okay.
And then the more you do it, the more you can stamp it full.
Yeah.
180. But I reckon it's much harder, like indie grab or behind the foot. If you just grab the nose,
you can. It's
just
kind
go
of
around with it.
Yeah, you can
almost
pull it with
upright,
you.
aren't you?
Yeah, just catch a little backside there and just go
Yeah.
around with it and then slip it 90.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll pass it on to him. Good
Yeah.
trick tip there.
That's a good
Fuck
way
off,
to learn.
Sean.
That's where I learned it, at least.
Yeah.
And it just seems quite easy.
Nice.
If you do it like
Okay.
that.
Well,
I think we're done then.
We got one cracker though, Fraser.
Fraser, get him on. Fraser's on
Is he on?
camera.
Yeah.
Fraser's on camera. I don't know why I'm doing that. Yeah, look at it. Oh,
I won't do a vice grip. I won't do a vice grip on this one.
actually, the way he's standing means he's not going to be on the
Did you
camera,
win?
isn't
You
it?
didn't win a prize.
Before I came
Ah,
over,
you
so-
wanker.
Yeah, you probably see this.
I can edit it in.
What did you get?
So, just before we part ways, is there any skateboarders in the UK that are on your radar that you watch them and you're like,
Yeah, there are.
wow,
There
they
are.
are smashing it? That isn't me or Toby.
There's some vert guys that just really that catch my eye. You know, Jesse's one of them. Jesse Thomas and Jack. Brilliant.
George O'Neill.
Yeah, I mean Jesse and Jack seems to stand out. Like just having.
What I like
Been away
about
for a
Jesse
while.
is that he's got almost infinite tricks. He can
Yeah.
do everything.
And I like the way I've seen stuff of him. And he might just be skating a quarter pipe or like a mini ram, and I see he's just like really very individual with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just think he's like caught my eye straight away. I
Yeah.
think he's rad.
Yeah, Jesse is a cool lad.
Yeah.
He
What
rides
did
the
I saw
snakes. He comes
something-
here sometimes.
I'm going to get this wrong, but I saw him do something, and it's not even on a vert ramp, which really suits me. I love that, when
Yeah.
but I think he did like I might have it wrong, but you'd definitely be able to pull it up. I think he did like a kickflip layback rollout or something like that.
Oh yeah, what was it recently? Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
on
He
like a
posted?
quarter pipe. And I thought
It was a
that's
kick
brilliant.
flip. It was a front side flip pivot, I think, and then he pushes it out into
Into a
layback.
layback,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen
I'm
that.
gonna look it up
before.
now.
Kickflip layback grind.
That's
Yeah.
one of the best things.
But
I've
the way
seen.
it was the way he did it.
He
it
just
was
did it like it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
He's good. He's very fluid, that guy.
I think it's a kickflip layback rollout. Something.
It will. Yeah, it will be.
Yeah.
100%. Let's just have a
There we
little
go.
look-see poos. Oh, grey slide.
kickflip grey slide.
Yeah, there you go.
There you
That's
go.
it. Yeah,
Grey slide.
We're gonna have to put that on there.
that's
yeah,
good.
That's a
That
good
is.
What's the thing I learnt recently? Where I called it the Jesse slide because I saw Jesse done. I can't remember for the life
Like that.
of me.
That surely his trick. That
I've not seen anyone do
What
I've
would you
never
call
seen-
that?
Jesse
We
slide.
can't have too many slides though,
No.
can we? No, it's got to be something like that though.
Who knows? We'll come up with it. Put it out to the listeners.
Yeah,
Name
what
that trick.
would you
Like
call that
a
trick?
Thomas something.
Yeah. A Thomas layback.
Thomas Crunkle.
A layback
Like
Thomas.
a Thomas grind.
Wrap it up.
On that note, we want to thank Ali for
Yeah, cheers, dude.
for
Nah,
driving
thank you,
up,
guys.
Big up.
coming,
Thank you.
talking about some incredible skateboarding. Make sure
Good
you go
times,
find
good
some of
times.
his footage on the internet and get into Vert as soon as possible.
Yep.
Do you want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas?
I hope you've all had a lovely Christmas.
Said from the guy that couldn't give a fuck. On that note, I've been Forde Brookfield. This is,
Toby.
and that is
Ali Cairns.
Ali. If you want to
Nice
say
one.
roll the credits.
Roll the credits. Thank
There
you
we
very much,
go.
guys. Happy Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I enjoyed that. I know
Praise it,
2000
praise
was the
it.
time
You
when I
record?
was so like, fuck off.